Happy Flickin' Friday, friends. Welcome to the Swift Wings Speakeasy. Here, the only thing you can predict is a good time. We are your source for news, reviews, and daily discourse. Typically, however, on Fridays, it's more disorder than discourse, and we have a lively bunch with us today to assist in that. So please join in the conversation as we discuss life, liberty, and the pursuit of fandom. As always, if you want to support this channel as the world falls apart, please leave your questions and comments on our Streamlabs link that we have provided in the description below. With that, let's get it. Hello, everyone. That's the wrong overlay because I can never see what I'm doing. That's still wrong. Wrong.
I can't even do this. I gotta go.
We're already down one guest, but it's okay. We're gonna just keep rolling with the punches.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Friday Speakeasy. We got some really excellent guests. Before we get to doing anything, I want to introduce Winston Marshall. For those of you who don't know, but I'm sure most people watching this channel do know, Winston, we haven't seen you since we did a review of one of the episodes of Hawkeye. I'm not entirely sure which one it was.
Shit, that was a long ass time ago.
It was a while ago. Glory, I believe the last time you were on the channel was one of our Speakeasy fun shows like this at some point, one of those random nights. And Brian, your debut. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And then we got this guy.
One of us.
Part of the ship, part of the crew. Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Start the intro before you hit the intro. I always feel like Paul Rudd, and I'm like, do less. Like you're coming in with too high of energy, and I just want let's just chill out a little bit.
All right, next time, I'm gonna hit start broadcast. I'm gonna say, fuck it, hit the button.
Just do it. Or let me do the intro. I'd be like, hey guys.
I didn't know we were going for jazzy cool sessions of the Flickin' Real show on Friday nights.
Just let
We're
me
just
do
doing
it.
chill.
Watch it. I'll just be like, welcome to the Friday Show podcast.
Welcome.
How y'all doing, everybody? Welcome to Flickin' Real. I know y'all ready for this sexy hour that we gonna have on Friday. I hope you got your Hennessy ready and your Alizé for your bitches because it's about to go down.
Clip it.
I'm gonna need you to redo that so I can clip it clean.
No interruptions. One more. Straight ASMR.
Wait, I think you guys just got like 20 more subscribers.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, this just in. Anyone watching now or late? Well, later will be too late. But if you donate any Streamlabs, I'm going to send them directly to Winston to read them in his best ASMR voice, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to gain all the subscribers.
Oh, I want to do an ASMR voice.
That'd be fun. Well, people got to subscribe or not subscribe, but Streamlab, and then that's how we do that.
Wait, hold on. You give them a taste, and then they have to pay for the rest.
Everyone, give the taste. I can't hear anything.
Exactly.
That was a super taste.
That's tantalizing. Ooh, nipple chills.
Like make it look like I'm making noises, but I'm not.
Oh man, that's.
I don't know how many times I've gone to like Twitch homepage, and like I always hope my kids aren't in the room because on the main page is always like, here's all the people you follow, but here's all of the top users, and it's always just girls with microphones going like this with the earbuds, or they're just like touching the microphone. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't Twitch either. I went on there to like when Skater XL was popping off. I went to see like what people were doing on there, and I hopped on Twitch, and it was just. And I was like, what is this?
Just eating pickles.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was just talking about that because she thinks she might I don't know what it is specifically the diagnosis is, but she doesn't do well with repetitive like soft touches, and she doesn't do well with like really the like essentially ASMR noise. So
it's just
like
it's a sensory overload or a sensory
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
sensory.
She's like the minute someone described what ASMR is, she's like, can I go kill whoever invented it? Because that sounds fucking awful.
She's like, this is a living horror movie.
Dude, I understand that. I got that thing where I can't look at honeycombs.
Interesting.
Trichomania.
Oh yeah.
So you don't like holes.
The
I don't
holes,
like
right?
clusters of. I can't look at things that have a bunch of clusters of holes. I literally get like tense and like I like react. Like
In
I've heard. Yeah.
my work group chat, one of them sent. It's entirely. I'd get fired. No one read my group chat. They sent a picture of someone's hand, and it reminded me of like the Doctor Strange scene where he's tripping through the astral verse or whatever.
Are you talking about the fungus stuff that looks like honeycomb?
It's all the tiny little holes on the hand, and it's like or someone's skin. It's like your pores are like.
That's what I was gonna say. So you don't do well with like in science class when you would like use the microscope to like see pores on your skin. That was like your worst nightmare then.
It wasn't my worst nightmare, but it wasn't like it wasn't great.
Fair.
It's not the worst, but it's not great. It's down.
Yeah.
What was your girlfriend's name again? Is it Kristen?
Kristen.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I remembered it right.
Man.
I just imagined that you guys are going to be in the theater watching the trailers, and it's going to be like, from the director of Nope comes ASMR. It's just like, no,
bro.
She's like, no, bro. Nope.
Like, well, so
the opposite of a silent movie. It's going to be a videoless movie.
Right. Well,
Cheryl, I'm gonna need everyone to just remember to delete my search history, please. If I don't come back.
Bro, you messed it up. That's why you have two browsers. One is the smut browser, and one is not fuck private browsing. One is the smut one, and one is for work.
Who uses the Samsung browser? Don't worry about it.
That's what I use Safari.
I'm not gonna tell nobody. I have all three of the majors downloaded: Safari, Firefox, and Chrome. Good luck figuring out which of the three I'm using from a smut. Because I hide that motherfucker, but it's definitely hidden away so that people don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's
incognito mode is for.
I thought Firefox was dead. No,
it still lives.
Firefox is the only browser that you can still screen cap record on. So all of the reactors and stuff that do like when I screen record a reaction video to for whatever, you have to do it off of Mozilla. You can't do it off of Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, none of them.
Damn.
That's how you get it.
The browser of piracy.
Basically it is. Mozilla's like, come over here for some illegal shit. Let's go. We got you. I cut off your story, Winston. What were you saying?
No. Just speaking about the sensory overload, because you mentioned ASMR, like Kristen hated Uncut Gems. She was like, I can understand from the parts that I was able to focus. I can understand why people were speaking of this movie and like what Adam Sandler did, but the quick cuts, the light flashing, how loud it was, she fucking hated that movie so bad.
You know what caught me off guard is, I say friend of the show, but I don't know if she's ever been on this show. We've been on a show with her, though. But Marisol McKee is not a Spider-Verse fan. And it really narrows down, the best I could tell, is from sensory overload. She said, she's like, I can't have any negative commentary on the direction or the dialogue or anything. But she's like, I can't watch it. And so for that reason, she's not into it.
I fucking love that movie, and I saw it. It's the only time I've been down with 3D. I saw it in 3D, and it literally felt like a live comic book, which was incredible. To the point where I still love the film. It doesn't slap as hard as when I saw it in theaters. Just because
I would have seen it in 3D. I haven't though. So yeah, I don't have 3D TV, so it's out for me.
Yeah.
He's a Spider-Man person. I don't know anything about Spider-Man.
Yeah, you saw that one though.
It's like I have Spider-Man by osmosis. If like someone's playing it in the room, I absorb what I see, but I don't really know what's going on.
Spider-Verse, I thought was actually a really great intro point for people that just don't know anything about Spider-Man. You just have to know the existence of them.
I did like the cartoon one.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Okay,
yeah.
I did like it.
I don't fuck with no Spider-Mans. Not a Spider-Verse. Not a No Way Spider. None of that shit. You like the cartoon one? Yeah, that cartoon one was fire. Oh, that's what they're talking about. Damn.
Oops.
Anyways,
I thought people.
It's all good. It's all good.
Speaking of pretty animated, we have another guest waiting in the wings here. I don't know, she's animated.
Guest. Who's the guest? Part of the channel.
Hello.
I know. I was kidding. No. Who's this person?
What's up?
Happy
I
early
figure-
birthday.
Oh, thank you. I figured what better way to get over a cold and try not to lose my own voice before my own birthday stream than do a bunch of shit today like this.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
It's fine.
Oh, I was like, drink water, girl. That's actually perfect. What are you talking about?
No, this is the third. This is the third thing I've done today where I've been talking to people.
Allison, I got to talk to you about timing. And I thought this was comedic timing because you're like, man, I had to the day before my birthday do this. Drink water. Yeah, no, girl, that's exactly what you should do to get better.
Straight up. That's exactly what I was going for.
Isn't there a what's the new thing? There's that little capsule you can drink and then not get hungover or something next day, or it's like extra B12 vitamin.
Is it gamma radiation?
It should be.
So
whole B12 pills.
Is it a blue pill or a red pill?
It's a green pill.
When your pee turns green, I'll tell you that much. But we have, so at this point, whenever we host parties, because we do this when we go out anyway, but we're at that age now that when people come to our home, instead of having like breath mints there for people or whatever other shit you would put in a dish, like hors d'oeuvres or whatever the fuck.
Fancy party, hors d'oeuvres and fucking breath mints.
We walk around with a literal tray of like separated out. Like in ramekins, but we walk around with a tray of B12, magnesium, and Tums. And if you take that shit, you will go out to be fucking solid the rest of the night and in the morning, man. You preemptively stop in the stomach.
Solid the rest of the night. Isn't that Viagra?
We do put that in there from time to time.
Just depends on the type of party you guys are having.
You know what I'm saying? We'll put the blue chews there on like the side. So if somebody's like, oh, I might need this later.
If you put your keys in a bowl when you show up, it's that kind of party.
It's that kind of party. That's when the Viagra comes out.
I feel like
you see that extra bowl on the charcuterie board.
I feel like it's less you put your keys in the bowl, but you put your drawers in the bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's that kind of party, you're just letting everybody know ahead of time
I feel like that's halfway through the night once the drinks start flowing. You can't start that strong.
I'm hot.
Unless you're in the boys' universe. If then all the bets are off.
Things go on.
Man, go.
I would say my go-to move that I've learned to try to have a pro move is having the Pedialyte already in the fridge, chilling. So when I wake up wanting to vomit, I immediately go to that, and then I can go back to sleep with a settled stomach. And no, Pedialyte's the shit. They finally stopped putting it in the kids aisle and like put it in like the adult section, like right next. Like they know. CVS knows if I'm coming in there, they know exactly where I need to go.
It's right next to all the drink mixers.
It is.
On the liquor aisle.
Popsicles now of those. The Pedialyte popsicles.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They're amazing. I gave them to this lady I babysat for, and she was like, "What?" Because she showed up super drunk when she came home. Like, and I was done. And I was like,
"See, I don't love Pedialyte. I'm a Liquid IV guy."
Yes. Oh no, I'll do that too.
I've heard of that. I've never had that done.
Liquid IV is my shit.
Yep.
It is. Think of it almost as like it because it's the same thing. It's a packet you're gonna put into water, and they do have like flavors and stuff. But think of it as almost like sugarless Gatorade.
Yeah.
So like
super salty because of all the electrolytes.
But it's not even like bad salty.
No.
Just genuinely just like okay, I'm definitely having electrolytes put in my system right now. But
so you're
chef's kiss.
You're talking a brand Liquid IV, not an actual Liquid IV.
No, yes,
like
the brand is
party.
No,
because I'm like that's some LA shit.
That's Vegas. Vegas does that
is
shit.
The B12. Yeah, that's the B12 IV.
They got fresh needles out on the strip. They're like, let me hook you up. You had a rough night. Let's get you going.
Real talk. They will hit you up. You can go to the service. They cost
Kelly.
like $15-$20, and they will straight up main line and IV with electrolytes and B12 for you to insta recover. It's fucking insane.
You're like, yo, is that clean? He's like, yeah.
So for those of you that are swearing by Pedialyte, does that make you a pediophile?
No.
Stop.
That's a
well, it was a good run.
You know what? You guys come back. We're just gonna, you know what? Let's just get rid of the problem. Jesse, don't use that.
I was just gonna hop in the chat. I was gonna, I'll say that's fine. Maybe I'll donate.
Just remember, if you
Donate
do
to get your
Pedialyte,
comment.
to dilute it because you're not supposed to drink it. It's basically a concentrate. Just remember that because there's a ton of sodium in it.
Oh,
A
I'm
lot of
sure.
people don't know that. A lot of people don't read the directions.
My
So-
kids are always asking, Dad, where did
for
all those
Pedialyte?
Gatorade packets go? I'm like, don't worry about it.
Oh,
Gotta cut it.
It's a
You
long
gotta
week.
cut it with water.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I literally put that shit in the fridge and like put a straw in it the next day.
humble brag. Your boy's never been hungover, ever.
Must be
So
nice.
you don't
You don't
drink.
drink?
No,
Yeah.
that's I right now.
Enough.
This
Enough.
is this
doesn't
much of
drink
this
enough.
is vodka.
Jesse,
How
Jesse
old are
knows
you,
his
Jesse?
limits.
29.
12.
This is
Oh,
also-
that's why you haven't hit 30 yet, bro. I promise you, even those
yeah.
that don't
No.
get hangovers, you cross that line, something
Yeah.
happens, and your body just starts shutting down for no fucking reason,
Y'all.
bro.
This
Today
one is
hangovers
it's
are
not
Not only that. So real quick, when I was in New York last weekend, went
Never
out.
It's true, AJ. You just keep the ball rolling. Keep that party rolling.
when I was up there, I went out Friday night and got so hammered that when I woke up the next day to get ready for, the next day's shenanigans, as I'm getting dressed, I look over and I snuck snacks at some point into bed with me.
That's so responsible.
I was right, but then I didn't eat them. They were unopened snacks in my bed.
That's like coming home.
done that
You
before.
you DoorDash from Taco Bell and you fall asleep
Yep.
before it shows up.
Yeah, and then it's
And then
on you.
it's
You wake
just-
up in the morning to
it's
leave,
just
and you
sad.
step, and it's just
Sitting
sitting,
on
on
your-
your fucking doorstep. I
That's
don't
where
wanna
my
talk about
maid
it.
of honor came in clutch on our rehearsal night. We again got very, very drunk at my rehearsal dinner the night before my wedding, and we got back. My maid of honor was staying with me at the hotel, and I was like, I want pizza. And she was like, okay, let's order pizza. And we ordered pizza, and then I fell the fuck asleep. I woke up a few hours later realizing, fuck, I ordered pizza to this hotel. And I walk out of the room, and there it was sitting on the table. I was
So-
like, yo.
Hey, cold
I have
pizza
a
is still
question.
pizza.
So I have a question.
Might
I have a
eat that.
question of which one is the saddest. Is it saddest that you order the DoorDash and you wake up in the Taco Bell, the Jack in the Box is sitting outside on your doorstep? Is it sadder that you stayed awake long enough that you went and you got the Taco Bell and you got in bed and you're sitting there about to eat it and you wake up and realize you didn't even take a bite yet? You opened it and you sat there and fell asleep. like this and
Number
woke
two.
up?
Second
Number
one.
two.
Or, and here's
Uh-oh.
the worst, you are out at like a wedding, for example. You have gotten way too fucking drunk and you're sitting there and they do, you know how a lot of weddings now are doing like the snack meals near the end, and you like go and you grab a taco and your ass is so drunk, you fall asleep in the middle of a loud, crowded ass motherfucking wedding with a taco and you wake up with taco spilled all over your motherfucking suit. Which is the worst? We need to
Two.
know.
Pick
Glory
number three,
gets-
my lord.
I
Glory-
feel like you should be telling us which is the worst because they seem awfully familiar experiences.
First of all,
Those are
don't
three
you-
oddly
don't-
specific.
To be fair, 1 and 3 are very much expected of me. And everyone who knows me knows that those situations have and will happen. Number 2 would be I would wake up
Two.
crying because I
That's
ruined
it.
perfectly good.
That whole rant was a TikTok trend. Like, put a finger down if you ever got drunk and fucked your
Oh,
ex-boyfriend's
bitch, I might have to
mother's
make my
brother.
TikTok for tomorrow that. Oh, God.
Oh my god, I just got another idea for a fundraising goal for tomorrow night. Please,
I
never
just-
have I ever.
I just
No,
it is infamous that I will fall asleep doing shit, and it has sometimes gotten me in a lot of trouble, and sometimes it has just been embarrassing as fuck. No, do not invite Winston to a wedding unless you want to talk about that. The only disaster is me if I rented that fucking suit. That's the only disaster because then I gotta pay service charges. I don't fuck that.
That shouldn't keep you out of weddings.
Oh, Scout, I'm sorry.
Right.
Now is the time. Drown your
It's a break
sorrows
this
and
weekend.
you
I
get
just
back
got
on the
laid
horse.
up.
next
Oh,
week.
fucking A. I'm so
back
sorry.
on.
Yeah.
It sucks,
That
man.
sucks.
I've been there, bruh. Been
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Real bad.
I'm so nervous because it's funny that you mentioned that.
Is it?
The scout mentioning the laying off. I just had a pretty big callback yesterday, and then I got a text message or an email from the casting director being like, "How old are you again?" I'm like, "You son of a bitch."
Oh no.
If I don't get like that's not a no, but I was just like, "Oh, if you're asking me that question, that's never good."
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because that
How
means that
old
they
you
You
need
should have
me to
just
be,
responded
baby.
with, "How old do I look?"
well. Problem is, I have a relationship with this casting director, so I can't. I probably could have done that actually, but I just.
How old do you need me to
Exactly.
be?
That's the question.
Just say I can shave. I can shave, bro.
It sucks because if I don't get this thing, I actually auditioned for this years ago and I got it, but I booked something else at the same time, and I said I'm gonna do the other thing because I felt like it was going to be more profitable.
So
and
even
it
if
was
you
not.
can't get into it, you said you went for it a while ago. Is it a series of some kind?
I can't say.
Is it
Like
Marvel?
I'm intentionally.
No, I'm not asking for any
extremely
details.
vague.
I'm just like, is it?
No, I know.
Our 4 viewers, their lips are sealed. Ain't no one gonna say shit.
All I will say is this: is that what this thing does have like an age cap, so I'm gonna be like pretty pissed if like I had the opportunity before. The other opportunity I took, like I used to work for Full Screen. I used to host for Full Screen, and so I did that, but they went under after like 2 years, and the show that I was hosting ended after like 9 months. So like, if I had gone the other route, I would still probably have this job, or would have even gone to a whole different gear by now, like one or the other, you know. And so like, I'm gonna be really pissed if. At the time, I was like, nah, this is going to work out better. And it didn't. And now I got invited to do it again. They're like, but motherfucker, you too old now. Get out of here.
Oh,
like,
no.
I totally understand that. I got on this really cool trivia show, and
What is that like?
And then 3 days after I got home from filming, they decided it's ending, and I was like, so crazy.
They're like, we had 2 new people show up to the studio. We do not want them coming back. We're shutting all the
They found
doors.
the shit in the plant that I left when I went there.
That's why I recognize you. Your shtick was that you were part of the crew, right?
That is correct. I
Yes.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you beat the brakes off of Chance. Oh no!
We also beat Stetson and Draco in our team's match. So.
Yeah, we did.
Oh shit!
I'm not out.
Same day. You weren't there to corner Collins, but I beat Collins in IG.
I
You had left.
I watched it.
I had to run. That's
I almost beat Sean one time. Just saying.
Yes,
man.
I'll pat you on the head. Yes, you
Got
Well,
real close.
I've beat Sean multiple times.
I just want to
nothing that
say,
anyone's seen.
as sad as it is that it is over, I'm so fucking glad that in the stupid Flick and Reel group chat, I'm not getting bombarded with in what movie does da 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 because Sean and Jesse are going back and forth, and then it just turns into who can confuse Allison even more with Marvel or DC or whatever.
Just needed your help.
Planet of the Apes
I commend Allison real quick. I commend because I kept asking these questions mostly because Scott is also a nerd, and they're mostly for Sean. But Allison would always try and always give her wrong answers, and it was so.
But so confident, so much
persistence.
confidence.
It was the very first thing that would come into my head, and it was 100% incorrect.
Every time.
Mhm.
But I would say it with such authority that you could almost believe me.
Hey, Allison, how many Marvel movies is Stellan Skarsgård in?
3.
Almost.
That's a good guess. That's a very, very good
It's not
guess.
a bad guess.
It was a good guess off the top of your head. Only off by 1, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Actually,
Five?
it's 4, right?
Yeah. I don't think there's a 5th. It's 2 Avengers and 2 Thors.
Two Thors, 2 Avengers. Yeah.
Oh, you
And
fuckers asked me that before.
Anytime there's ever a how many of this, I think of how many it is, and then I add one. So I know I'm forgetting something. That's just my best way to figure it
by
out.
the way.
Yeah, it always works for horror.
Yeah.
That method
Right.
is how I beat Greg Alba in a mock match. It was down to the 5-pointer, and William Bibiani said, how many how many helicopters crashed in Suicide Squad? And I was like, I remember 2. I'm going to say 3. It was 3. Hey, I won.
I'm glad that's over. I'm not trying to count that no more.
I mean, I'm just grateful that I got out before I had to watch Catwoman. That was what I was worried about, is that I was gonna have to fucking watch Catwoman, and I got out. I almost got out unscathed having to watch Morbius either, but for some reason it was on Netflix, so I was like, sure. And then it ended, and I was like, none of this makes logical sense. Just because
y'all should hear AJ's theory of how Morbius like swam back to shore. It's great.
I don't
But
even
is
know what that means. I don't watch.
Breaststroke. AJ, put it in the chat.
but even the fact that you get Adrian Toomes, you get Michael Keaton magically appear in the universe, fine.
Whoa,
The man was in prison. He didn't have his tech. There were no T'Chari in fucking in the goddamn Sonyverse. So where the fuck did he get his suit from?
There was no
None of
Tinkerer
it
either.
makes sense.
No
None
Tinkerer.
of it makes sense. That movie was just ridiculous.
Yeah, hi Allison.
Go ahead, Allison. High five.
What's a T'Chari?
What the fuck?
I asked him, it's the aliens from the first Avengers movie. That's
Yes.
The aliens from the first Avengers that invaded.
Oh,
Yeah.
those guys.
Thanos' army.
So in Spider-Man Homecoming, which Michael Keaton is in and he plays the Vulture, he's working with a crew that they take the tech from those aliens and make weapons. So they make his whole suit.
Right.
So for him to just magically appear in another universe, but he's in prison. So he's not in prison with his shit. He is in a jumpsuit. So to go from teleporting from one universe to another, and it's just him, not his shit, how he magically has his fucking suit at the end of the movie makes no fucking sense, and I'm still mad, and I saw that shit 3 days ago.
So I know.
Yo, that whole scene was a music video. The way they filmed like him driving through the desert for some reason, and then he just pulls over for some reason.
So we apparently are a cathartic experience for Winston, because Harloff's been suppressing how many F-bombs he could say on his show, and Winston said, "I'm using them all on Morbius right now."
I was watching Caves and Cows earlier, and Winston's just like, "Shit, oh my bad, shit, oh no, wait, oh shit, oh."
I kind of
within
went
30
off today.
seconds.
But yo, the thing that kills
Winston's like, "Shit, fuck me, sorry, my bad."
To me, that wasn't even the funny part. The funny part was Christian trying to give an example, and I was like, "Yeah, and if you called me that word," he said, "I said a word." I said not the word. I said like making it real clear. If I didn't explain that well, Christian was like, if I were to call Winston, a bad name, then like
yeah,
yes, then he was like, being in person, one of two things could happen. He could get angry and cuss me out, or he could swing on me and punch me in the face. And I was like, probably both. And he goes, exactly. So it is what it is. And then I followed up. I was like, yeah, if Christian called me the word, like that word, and he goes, a word. I said a word. I did not say that word. Don't do this.
Put him on blast.
That had me rolling. That was fun.
I was just trying to think of childish names that I would say instead of like bad words.
Yeah,
Like,
that works.
Like
I call Sean a poo poo head all the time.
poo poo head, yeah. Or I don't know, middle school ones like butt head.
Yeah.
I wish I had that in me, but I'm a goddamn degenerate. So like I can't help myself.
I work with children, so I gotta let it out at some point.
I don't have any illusions to what my kids say when they're not around me, because we swear up a storm around them, but we just make sure they know, like, hey, these are adult words.
Yeah.
But I know damn well once they walk out the room, they're cussing up a storm with their friends. Well,
Okay,
that's someone else's ears problem, not me.
Here it
I'm not
comes.
there to hear.
So international waters technically starts about 24 nautical miles from shore, but certain crimes are still in U.S. jurisdiction at about 250 nautical miles from shore, from my understanding. When my man Mikey Moore swims to shore, he's already turned vampire and must feed every 6 hours.
Wait.
Wait, vampires?
We're not for sure, but certain crimes are still in. Well, but okay, but when
can fly.
he does have to. Well, that's the thing. He hadn't learned yet, but he's still. Here's the only thing where that still makes sense. He has superhuman strength, meaning he is swimming much faster than the regular person.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. But here's the difference. Michael Phelps is at peak human condition. This dude is super fucking human. This man is able to leap up motherfucking buildings, which means that he's definitely swimming probably as fast as a jet ski is going, if not faster,
I would also argue that is not the most illogical thing in that movie.
I completely agree.
There are so many
completely agree.
problems in the movie. You can't even tell who was doing what in that final fight. It's just darkness, and it's
I just love when
darkness. It's like a
movies-
transformer, like transforming. For
I just
30
love when
seconds.
movies
You're
make
I don't know,
like
one.
no sense whatsoever, but then makes my friends irrationally angry because of how much sense they don't make.
Okay. Without getting into absolute like huge
AJ, you
divulging
solved it.
rants.
That's
This
it.
is
Starbucks.
quick topical question, because that's what we like doing here. We like having topical questions. Without going into a huge rant, what is a movie that makes you irrationally angry because of how illogical it is? You don't have to get into it. I just want to hear titles.
That makes you what? Irrationally angry?
Irrationally angry for how illogical it is.
Sharknado.
Well,
That you're no, come
but
on.
they know what they were doing. In that movie.
Yeah.
That was the impetus.
Titanic.
That was the inspiration for Jump the Shark, I believe.
No sci-fi movies.
Titanic, bro. Like
Okay,
real talk,
okay.
real talk,
Yeah,
real talk.
let's
Steve
go.
Harvey said it best. He said it best in The Kings of Comedy. He's like, it's clearly
No.
like
it's
I
not
always
watched.
no, hold on.
Don't
I always get one on SEN, so this is gonna be it. There's clearly no niggas on this boat, because if that didn't happen, there ain't no playing down with the ship. You would have got on a damn dining table talking about fucking kick your way, take the damn cello, trying to use that shit as a goddamn oar. Let alone the fact there was clearly space on that motherfucking door for Jack, and her ass was just like, look. This was real fun, but this was supposed to be vacation booty. You can't come back to my house and like hang, fam. So you just gonna need to drop in that fucking water, and I will see you in hell. I'm not doing this. Like, hate that.
See you
Daddy,
in
I
40
don't have
years.
an oar. Take your shoe off. Use your shoe.
Oh, I got one.
Let's go.
This is Titanic adjacent because it made me think of Bill Paxton.
Okay.
Twister.
Okay.
Still haven't seen it.
Some details.
Never
I'm
seen
now
Twister.
asking for some details. I haven't seen it since I was like 6.
So so I'll just like catch you up. There's a big a lot of the tornado talk is just, it doesn't sound like scientifically sound. I don't think they did all the research, I guess. But like,
can somebody bump Lego out of the chat?
We're
please?
gonna have to block you now. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
There's no
like,
man-
Why?
we're so close to being a
Lego, why? Why?
a moderator.
No,
but
no,
now
no, no.
all the way
We were
out.
gonna mod you.
No, I will defend Lagat, because, bro, there is no reason he couldn't have saved his dad and
Okay.
he is
I agree with
fucking
that.
Yeah.
Superman.
I do agree
He
with that.
moves as fast as the Flash sometimes, depending on the urgency. So
And all
miss
he
me
would-
with
he
that.
could
You
have
can't.
zipped. He could have zipped, grabbed him, and just ran off, and nobody would have known who it was.
No one would have. It was chaos.
Absolutely.
And people, there was adrenaline running. For a movie I love so dearly, I totally agree that is one of the worst.
Man of
scenes.
Steel is one of my
It just-
favorite movies.
Yeah.
I will say that point, but because he should have died of cancer. It meant more in the
Exactly.
comics.
Or a heart
and
attack.
Smallville. It always means more. Or heart attack.
Something
So-
that he can't. Something that Superman cannot save something from.
Also,
That is
how
more
did
heartbreaking.
Lois get to Clark in Metropolis at the end of the movie? Again, one of my favorite movies. But she's on the other end of the city, and when he snaps Zod's neck, she's right there. And how?
She
From
had
where?
him GPS'd already. Has phone to like find my friends
Bro,
on her
yeah.
phone.
You didn't know? Super love, dog.
Super love. That's right.
It's super. Gloria, what were you saying? We totally cut you off. What movie were you talking about?
I'm so sorry. Twister.
Twister. Okay.
Yeah. Twister. First of all, amazing early Philip Seymour Hoffman work. I gotta say.
Yeah. He is
But
old.
at the end, there's this like F5 hurricane tornado.
Same. It's fine. It's
Same.
fine.
The hurricane without the water. So like they're like running from this like highest level tornado, and then there's like nothing around except this like teeny tiny rackety like barn thing, and there's like a bar like in a cement block in the ground, and Bill Paxton takes off his belt and like ties them to the
Glory.
One hell of a-
Spoiler alert. What the fuck?
And, like, they just fly legs up as the barn flies away, and they don't fly away. They like survive, but with this
Water pipes
belt.
are
I want to know what
dug
about
deep.
that belt.
Water pipes go deep, and the
But-
tornado could
But
pick
the
them.
breeze made us have
Belts,
gotten them.
though, like
Oh yeah, they should have been sliced in half by like shrapnel, like sheet metal would have.
and her
This
hair
was
still
her
looked
dirty
really
end.
good after, so I don't know. It wouldn't make sense. It's It's a really underrated but cool movie.
All right,
Wait,
Joe, we reversed it, Joe. She doesn't have to leave it.
Did you really kick them out? Don't kick them out.
No.
The
Like
lake
Lego's
house?
still there. Lego's still there. Back to the Future's fantastic. There is
Well, they
definitely
make
some nonsense in the
travel.
movie, but it's a near perfect movie. I love Back to the Future.
Hard to get a perfect time travel movie.
Absolutely, we can talk about the lake house. This movie makes no goddamn sense.
Oh, was that what they
whatsoever.
put the letter in the mailbox
Yeah.
and stuff? I think I saw like half of it. I don't think I saw
Oh, there's
the
a
whole
whole. If you guys watch How to
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got.
That's
I
one
got
of my
another-
favorites. Okay.
I got. No, I was just. You guys just
Inspire
got
me
me.
to drop another one.
You got me thinking. I just saw this movie for the first time like 4 years ago. Jesus, what the name is that stupid ass movie? The
Who's in
Christmas movie with all the British people.
Love
Love
Actually.
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 Love Actually.
Whoa,
For a number of reasons. But no. Instant KO on that. You cannot defend this. Why are we calling this girl fat the whole goddamn movie? She
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
not even remotely
for sure.
fucking close. I'm like, I'm about to fight everybody for all
Who?
the big people in the world.
I've never
for all
seen
this for all these goddamn love handles. I'm about to snap on every fucking British person for being like, you gonna be with that fat motherfucker? Yo, I'm gonna kill you. Stop it.
What about-
who were they calling fat the whole movie?
A girl that's not fat.
A girl
Who
who
was like
literally-
a size 6. Like it made no sense.
It
Like
made
it's just pointing out how
zero sense.
cruel British people are. I guess. I
Okay.
don't know.
It,
What
it
about
was that and trying to fuck your best friend's wife? Get out of here.
Yeah, that's not good.
what about
Mm.
Was that
what
Daryl?
about Duff
from The
trying to
Walking
tell
Dead?
me that Mae Whitman's not cute?
Oh man,
Whitman
it's
is
cute.
cute.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it stands for like dumb ugly fat friend or some, and it's Mae Whitman.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
never
what?
seen Duff? The Duff?
With the
I've never
redhead
seen
girl
that.
that's crazy. With what's that girl's name? That redhead girl that has like an OnlyFans. She's like an actor. She's like,
Oh, Bella Thorne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she in that movie?
oh, that
Bella
girl.
She is.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Well, she's one of the
Duff
mean girls in
Had
it.
Robbie Amell,
Robbie Amell, Stephen
Yeah,
Amell's
Stephen.
brother,
cousin.
Cousin, yeah.
cousin.
Yeah,
Whatever.
And and Mae Whitman.
I've never
Mae
heard
Whitman's super cute too.
Yeah,
She's also the voice of Katara in Avatar. Hey,
She's also incredible in Good Girls. Her and
That
Retta
show's
and
so
Christina
good.
Hendricks. I
Yeah.
love that show.
Dude, I have
She's-
the hots for what's his name? The oh gosh,
She's
Eric-
Ramona's evil ex-girlfriend.
Gangster
Scott
dude.
Pilgrim.
the gangster dude that's like making them do all.
Oh,
That
yeah,
guy's hot.
yeah. I respect it.
Yeah. No,
I
I would
respect it.
totally do crimes for that guy. I would 100% do crimes for him.
Did you say do crabs?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought she said at
Oh,
first, and I
crimes.
realized she said crimes. At
would
first, I was
totally
like,
do the crabs. Like you
I
can
was
get
like-
rid of them. I mean,
I would launder all the money. I'd be like,
I
"Yeah."
literally thought Glory for a second was like, yeah, I would totally fuck Sebastian the Crab from Little Mermaid for him. I swear to God, I would do that
Ooh,
shit.
that accent. Ooh.
Hey,
Down
speaking
where it's wet.
speaking of Daveed Diggs as Sebastian, I'm excited for.
Should be
See,
good.
Ooh,
Sebastian's
yeah.
gonna be hot.
Sebastian.
Everyone's gonna have
Yeah.
a crush on Sebastian now. I guarantee.
Good.
Yo.
That means the internet will love the Little Mermaid then.
Also-
That'll fix
also,
it. That'll fix racism.
They'll all
Here's
turn
the
around.
thing- Here's the thing that drives me crazy about that too. Like the best argument someone made, like to instantly shut everything up. So why are you so mad that Ariel's black? Motherfucker, Sebastian is Jamaican.
Yeah.
Right.
You think
They-
what?
they've
What,
been black.
what? You just think that just came out of fucking nowhere? Like if like they must be near the Caribbean. Like what are you talking about? Oh my
Oh yeah, and
lord!
you try to tell me Ursula's not white either.
She's
I mean,
not.
Maybe,
She's 100%.
maybe after
Dude,
she
look-
like changes, but
I'm sure Melissa McCartney did a great job, but Lizzo would have crushed that.
Oh,
role.
Oh my
I wish they
god,
had
she would
thought
have
about it.
killed
Lizzo
it.
would have
or
crushed
what was
it.
I don't know the actress that was in Lost City, but she was freaking hilarious. I don't know if she
I
can
haven't
sing
seen
also.
Lost City.
Lost City. That was
Channing Tatum and
Sandra
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost City. Hold on.
Her agent was hysterical in that movie.
Oh, Divine Joy Randolph. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. She is very, very funny. The only reason I said Lizzo is obviously Ursula
She
has
can
to
sing.
sing. I don't know if
Right.
Divine can, but
I know
Lizzo
that.
obviously has fucking pipes, man. So
Didn't she dress as Ursula in the video?
I think so. I think she did.
She definitely dressed up as Ursula for something. Like a
Mhm,
thing for a video.
mhm.
She was actually trying to pitch herself to the little.
She got it. It's good.
I mean, look, Meg the Stallion has dressed up like Todoroki, so if they ever do a live action My Hero, I am 1,000% voting for her with the role.
Her Hellraiser cosplay that one Halloween, I was dead. I was like, oh my god.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that said that they should have cast a drag queen for Ursula, which I think would have been really cool. But you know what was on my mind right now?
Bob the drag queen would have been great.
After watching The Sandman, honestly, Mason Alexander Park has big Ursula energy.
Desire.
And I know, Desire. I know that Mason is thinner, but I mean, I don't know. There's a lot you could do there. And Mason does sing, goes on tour and everything. Yes, they do.
So, I don't know.
I don't know who you're talking about because I've seen.
Oh, you were talking about it too. You only got up through the diner episode.
Yes. So did I meet Desire yet or no?
No, that's the next episode is when you see Desire for the first time.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Wait.
For like 2 more episodes.
Wait. Okay, so I don't know which happened first. If it was the diner episode or if it was the meeting his sister Death.
It was diner and then death. So the end of the death. Yeah, the end of the death episode. Desire shows up at the very end.
Okay, I do remember that, but like Desire didn't do anything, right?
Yeah,
it was just like the showing them at the end.
Yeah.
It was just kind of them turning to the camera like excellent moment, and then it like ended.
That death episode's one of my favorite episodes of TV.
And then there were a bunch of reactions on Flick and Reel by yours truly where I spent the whole time going, who's that guy?
Who's that?
But who's that guy? It's my catchphrase now. Who's that? Huh?
Who's that?
What kills me and one of the funniest jokes I ever heard about that is like a stand-up was talking about like I hate watching movies with my wife because it'll be a situation where we're watching it both for the first time. She's like, who is that? What are they doing? What's going to happen? And he's like, I don't know. We are watching the movie to find out. Just keep watching. I bet they explain that shit.
We are watching together.
Thanks for letting me know. My husband's apparently moonlights as a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, we got.
You're so right. Oh my god, why did his pants stay on? Oh, I hate this movie.
Are you still watching the scene from Twister? I love that you're stuck on this. It's so great.
Sean, do you have Streamlabs open?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd see so many illogical moments. Like,
yeah,
just like an entire house like falls on her aunt during the tornado, and they just like lift this one piece of stuff off of her, and she's like, "Huh, like
I'm fine. I survived." Yeah. Nope. I hear ya. Meet the Parents makes me irrationally angry, but I think it's just because I don't like Ben Stiller being Ben Stiller.
Well, that's not it has to be something.
That's assault, brother.
I love that movie.
I can't.
It's
it's the secondhand embarrassment and like the anxiety that comes with it that just.
That's Michael Scott for me. I can't watch The Office.
Oh, I love The Office.
But like I can do Ben Stiller in like Dodgeball. Or like Heavyweights.
When he's got a
like I can do character actor Ben Stiller, but like Ben Stiller, I hate him. Steve Carell too. I don't know. It's like Crazy Stupid Love.
I love that movie.
I love it too. I love everything about that movie except for when Steve Carell shows up.
Julianne Moore is crying because he went to Twilight without her. I was like, this is the best movie.
Wait. When what happens?
You remember Crazy Stupid Love when she's fighting with Steve Carell and he like she tells him she went to see Twilight without him, or he went to see Twilight without her.
And starts crying.
I remember that. I do remember that.
She's like, ask me to go with you.
It was so bad.
But the only other thing that I would say that makes me I was loving. I was trying to get on a Paul Thomas Anderson kick, and I'd watched Magnolia because I was like, I'm gonna find a movie that makes me like this director. And I was in. What?
Nothing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, but like I'm watching Magnolia, and I'm like, I'm in it. This is so fucking good. I love this movie. And then the ending happened, and I'm like, God damn it!
You don't like
the ending? No.
Oh, I love it.
It completely took me out of it. I was like, I can't do it. And then I went and watched Boogie Nights. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm back in.
Boogie Nights is the one. I love that.
It's the one.
That's
the one.
That's the movie that got me.
Yeah. But I do this thing when I
Glass. I finally have a movie. This whole time I've been trying to think of a movie that makes me so frustratingly mad. Glass.
Glass.
Night
Why?
Shyamalan's Glass.
Because David Dunn drowns in a puddle of water.
Yeah,
That's
part of
for
it.
Glass.
That's just part of it. Like that movie, like I liked the first 30 minutes, and then as it went on, it was me just going, "What? Why? No, why? God, please." So yeah, that movie. I don't have to get into it.
I liked that movie.
And then it ends with like trying to set up Xavier's school for gifted Shyamalans.
Whenever I think of M. Night Shyamalan, I think of the episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they go to be extras on that show and they're all waiting for in like his next movie, and like he makes a cameo in it, but like they're waiting for the Shyamalan twist.
You just since we were talking about Little Mermaid earlier and just like casting, this is probably got to be my favorite thing about the Little Mermaid fiasco, about people being so mad that Ariel is black, that I wish that this actually existed, because I put it up. I put it on share screen if somebody can pull it up.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, here it is. Boom.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the Kang. Return of the Kang. Nothing would make me fucking happier. And you see fucking Leslie Jones over there. I'm trying to figure out who Leslie Jones is supposed to be in that poster.
I think it's Arwen. Yeah,
Arwen. I think
it's Arwen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Don Cheadle's Legolas?
Yep.
Give it.
And Beyonce over there as what is? Yep. Oh, dude. Nothing would make me happier. Nothing would make me happy. I think that's T.I. on top of that as Erica.
And Winston, here we go. Mason Alexander Park right there.
Oh wow.
Amazing voice and very sinister, kind of lower, gravelly, but also fantastic singer.
The only thing that I would say though is that I don't want a fat suit for that. So if there is a drag performer that is also big, fine. But that's why like Lizzo would be like, I know she doesn't do drag, but the voice and the body type, I'm here for that. Give that, like, I'm fine with Melissa McCartney in that regard as well. But I just think there were so many really good opportunities, you know?
Yeah, the problem with Melissa McCarthy is it has felt like for years, it's like we comedically need someone a little bigger for this role. And it's just Melissa McCarthy. And so like Ursula being one of the most prominent, like slightly heavier like characters in Disney, they're like Melissa McCarthy. I'm like, there's so many other directions you could have gone.
Yeah.
Dude, you know who should play her though? Like now after we started watching Abbott Elementary, Cheryl fucking Ralph.
Shirley Ralph.
That woman would have been really cool as Ursula. Like she can sing too. I mean, I love her, dude. I've been like obsessed with her. We just started watching it because we were watching the Emmys, and I was like, dude, we've never watched this show. Like, we should get on this.
No, she's been working for a very long time, and I'm glad that, like, and this is no dig at anybody here, but I'm glad that white people are finally starting to figure out who she is and give her flowers, because she was Moesha's mother in Moesha.
I remember.
And a lot, she's been working for years, but she's finally, which is why her speech was so powerful. It's her saying, if you get a Quinta Bronson, if you get a husband like mine, if you get kids like mine in your corner, you can do anything. And that's all it took. She has been that person for Black folk for a while, but this is her moment. So,
dude, it was fucking epic. I loved it.
Yeah, incredible.
Winston never needs permission to take some digs at white people, because I gotta be honest, I do it like every day. I don't really like us. I gotta be honest.
Which
we're the worst people on the internet.
You know what you guys may not have realized, but she's in Sister Act as well.
I saw that. Yeah,
it's her, Jennifer Lewis, and Whoopi as the cocktail singers.
Yeah, the Vegas girls. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Honestly, the only reason I can watch Abbott Elementary for so long is because I don't really get on ABC shows, like in general, as a network. I always forget it exists.
I don't know how they last for as long as they do. Like
Like Modern Family, we were rewatching that. I was like, dude, there's like 12 seasons of the show.
Oh, I'll tell you. everyone, all of us in our age bracket, but two, people who use the internet, we are in a bubble. Just FYI, people outside. I'm a cable guy. I go into people's homes. There are lots of people who aren't on Twitter, who aren't on the internet. That they're the ones who are keeping ABC and NCIS and all.
My
of the
adult
cop
life,
shows
I've
alive.
never had streaming. Real quick,
I got it. My bad. I fucked up. Cheryl Lee plays Lauryn Hill's mom in Sister Act 2. My bad. It's just Jennifer Lewis because I saw an interview with her. Jennifer Lewis is one of the cocktail singers.
The mom that wants Lauren to like buckle down and be serious and
yes,
like not
yes,
be a singer and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. No music. You need to worry about your studies. Yes, that's exactly who she is.
I need to let me see Sister Act 2 in
Note to our private chat here.
Day.
We do have a couple Streamlabs now. I was a little distracted for a second. Sean, did we get that first Streamlab read off or no?
Nope, we didn't.
Okay.
We got a Streamlabs. I think Winston. I think you should read the first one.
Yeah, you see pull up the private chat, the first one from Mr. AJ Lancaster, and give us your best ASMR.
Here's the problem with the belt thing in Twister. Bill Paxton's pants, they should have flown right off. Hashtag, at least that bare ass cut.
I thought it was going to be good. It was so much better.
It was so much better than I thought. Wow. Now
Can I read the next one? I've always wanted to read a Listrina one.
Yeah, it sounds like your voice is going out. I think this is a perfect opportunity.
This might be the perfect opportunity for me to like also bounce soon.
a good like raspy Carol Channing or something.
Yeah.
No, it's just
you gotta
phlegm.
get up. You gotta get up here.
It's just phlegm stuck in my throat. That's all that is.
Get into the mic, Allison, before you read Streamlab.
Oh no! Now I got performance anxiety.
Hang on.
Is that what this is like?
It happens. It's all right. It happens a lot.
No, just stop your camera. It'll be fine.
Dude, everyone just look away. Everyone look away.
Nobody's looking at you, Allison. Allison, nobody's looking at you.
Hey, Allison, look. See, if I can't see you, you can't see me, right? We're all good.
Hang on. Here we go.
If you don't
there
move,
you go.
the T-Rex won't see you.
Go ahead.
There you go. Now nobody can see you.
There you go. You're the only one.
Yeah, we're all hidden.
You're the
See,
one on
you
screen.
can't see us. We can't see you.
Hector is going to be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. And on top of that, he just came into Harry's and he ordered 3 T66 turbos with NOS and a Motec system exhaust. Brian O'Connor.
Now, I just got to say, the way that Allison said came into Harry's, I got to take a cold shower.
I like you said Nas, like Nas. Like, is it Nas or Nas, like the rapper?
Nos.
The thing we don't realize is
that a Fast and
Hector
Furious
came into Harry's.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Allison was trying to make us realize.
It's the thing that makes them like
Yeah,
that.
it's so like it's like
So
But he's
it's so funny with the way that whole
A lot
like
of
came
energy.
into
Sean,
Harry's came
John,
out.
you forgot. He didn't
I
just
used
come.
to.
He didn't just come into Harry's. He did it with spoon engines.
Ooh. Hey, somebody, if you haven't,
Allison started biting your finger.
Happy birthday, Allison.
Can I ask a real question? Can I ask you a real question?
Yeah.
I prefer a fake question, but go ahead.
What is spoon engine?
No idea. John
Listrina.
Listrina. What's the spoon engine?
That's a Fast and the Furious.
That's something from 1999. 2001. When did Fast and Furious come out?
He just informed me
I think
that
it's
NOS is a real thing. I thought NOS was only Fast and Furious thing, but he said it's a real thing. So I was
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
real. Nitrous oxide.
But people actually put it in cars so they go faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, and it's a
extremely
good way
fucking
to-
dangerous.
Exactly,
It's a
yeah.
great way to
Very
fucking die.
Great way to blow yourself up.
Almost like it's like imagine putting a frozen turkey into a hot air deep fryer,
Oh, hot
Go on,
oil.
Allison. Tell us your science.
and then it explodes.
Mansplain a nos to us, Allison.
I was gonna say it's like putting a Proud Boy in a screening of Nope with all black people. I I feel like you're about to watch one of two things is going to happen. Either this is going to be fun for everybody, or an explosion's about to happen. It's going to be one or the
I
other.
will just say, in my little pocket of Washington, I'm doing my best to make a good name for white people because I saw.
Don't bother.
I know. It's
We
more than an
suck.
uphill battle. We do, but the last two movies, two out of the last 3 movies that I saw, me and my wife were the only white people in the theater, and I was like, "We're
What
trying."
movies were they?
Brahmastra and Woman King.
The Woman King, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited.
The Woman King. Oh, it's so
Very
good.
excited.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
I need to go see it. I want to see it so bad.
I was crying the entire last 30 minutes. I kept looking at
Wow.
Lauren, and we're both like chuckle crying, just like
Yeah. Viola Davis was killing me, and Lashana Lynch super badass. Just
The
a
last-
warrior,
The
absolutely.
last movie we went to go see in theaters was Barbarian,
wanna
and
see
I
it.
watched it like this.
So good.
I
It
thought
was very good. Here's the thing though. Let's talk about irrationally angry. I get why she went down the hallway, but she first said no,
yeah,
right?
she said
Like
no.
the
She's like,
bitch knew, and then she still went and did it anyway.
Spoilers.
well, also,
I'm not gonna see it. Don't
I
worry.
don't want to spoil it. I don't want to say why. Like,
No,
she's
yeah.
she's a noble character because she doesn't
She is.
leave people behind.
Exactly.
But
I hate scary movies. My husband loves them, so I sucked it up and went to go see it with him because I've heard how good it was. And I just leaned on him and I watched it like this. And he like elbows me at one point. He goes, "Just expect shit to happen and you'll be fine." I go, "I'm doing this because I expect shit to happen." Like,
I mean,
I'm
that's-
literally like, I go, "I'm gonna throw up." Like, I'm so scared and so nervous.
That's not a bad way to think about it. I can do slashers. Like I like Scream. I like the whole Scream franchise, but horror movies in general, okay, I'm not. I liked 13 Ghosts, but I was also a kid. I would think I was in high school when that came out.
it's a
So
new
like,
movie for sure.
It's not very too
Like-
heightened on the horror.
Actually, I
Yeah.
do remember in theaters it was pretty scary.
That opening is so sick.
the queen, the final ghost,
Oh, yeah.
she was terrifying.
yeah,
Queen with blood all over her, and she had she was all naked. She was creepy eyes.
That's one of the
yeah.
openings of the
Was it what had Halle Berry and Robert? Was that Gothica? I
Yeah,
really like Gothica.
that's a good one.
All I remember is that stupid Fred Durst, Bob Seger cover video he made for that song,
It
and
was
Halle
funny.
Berry was like roaming through like a dark
Yeah, he
Yes.
redid the Who's Behind Blue. Was it the Who's Behind?
I
Yeah.
knew it was, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Is
video
13 Ghosts the one where the guy gets like, I just remember it being on like
gets
TV.
sliced in half.
And he gets
Matthew
with like,
Lillard.
with,
yeah.
with like the glass that like comes down on him. Yeah, that's the
Tony-
only scene I've seen from that one.
Matthew Lillard, Tony Shalhoub, a couple
That's
of them.
That's it. That's all I've seen. I've gotten better with scary. Like I can do more like slasher movies. Like I can do like the Halloweens and
I just don't even like those, to be honest.
like I can watch like, I mean obviously like Carpenter horror I
Brent,
can
yeah.
do now. So like I
Cabin
can
in the
do
Woods is great.
The
Cabin in the
Woods
is
was great. Yeah.
What's
Bradley
up, Brent?
Whitford, love him.
Mhm.
Yo,
Yeah.
have you guys seen what was the Bodies reminded me of this, but who's seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
Nope. I just
I-
watched John dies at the end though. That was fun.
That's a good one.
I'm sure at AJ's request.
It was
So-
at AJ's request.
Without getting into too much detail, as a hint of something big that's happening tomorrow night, I do want Allison to tell us about her best friend Ludo.
Oh, I love Ludo. I got to meet Ludo today watching Labyrinth.
Yeah.
That's who I forgot. I was gonna put Ludo on the
Oh, yeah.
thumbnail that as a ride or die.
Oh, Ludo's the
I forgot.
best. Yeah, so tomorrow night we're doing my birthday stream. Got a lot of fun goals in mind for fundraising goals. And if we reach a certain level, we will be doing a live record of You've Never Seen It, where during the last hour of it, it'll be myself, Jesse, and Sean. Whoever else is around for that last hour talking about Labyrinth, because for my first time seeing it.
What are you fundraising for?
We gotta
Her
do some
birthday.
it's my birthday, and we'll probably go straight to doing some repairs in our house. Our house is
No, I
old.
love it.
House repairs.
I love it. I just wanted to. I was just curious.
Yeah,
My-
just
Next
seeing
time,
how much people love me and want to throw money at me.
Let's help curb inflation together. Let's help
yeah.
let's do it.
I won't lie. I there's a part of me that wished that I had cared enough about having a six pack in high school because I would totally be fine with people just throwing money at me while I strip. Like I would have totally done that if I had gotten the body together.
There's a strip club, a very well known one here in Central Florida that's like actually like a higher end strip club right up the street. And back when I was like hardcore dieting and working out and I was like ripped for me, I literally was thinking like, yo, I could probably get a job on the C Squad with how I look right now over here and work like Saturday.
I'll take that 4 a.m. shift. Give me that 4 a.m.
I'll take the lunch shift. Like, let's go.
Just hitting a bunch of these while I have abs and shit, have money thrown at me. That would be great. I would have the greatest time.
In Florida, you can't have. I think you have to do the pasties on the nipples. So like, I'm not fully naked. Like, we're good. So like, I could easily do like C, maybe B- squat at that time. I'm not there anymore, but it crossed my mind.
I mean, shit, girl, just it's your birthday. I say go cancel the stream and just go fucking do that shit. Like, be like, it's my birthday. I'm stripping today.
Well,
like,
just you're not gonna make money. Like, come on. Like,
it's my birthday.
All bodies, they're all good.
All bodies are beautiful.
All bodies. Seriously, everybody has. They want to see all the bodies. They do.
Can we just say bodies?
Everyone,
bodies.
No one would say no to seeing
body, yada.
Nobody is ever upset about seeing titties.
No one's ever mad about seeing titties.
All titties are beautiful.
100%.
Wait. There was this amazing
Except for Barbarian. You might be upset about titties and Barbarian.
Oh no! Don't tell me. I don't know. But
not the Barbarian.
But
now I have to see it.
Do you though?
I was gonna say Kristen sent me a TikTok that actually made me like upset, only because I was like, this will never happen for me. But like there was a group of queer women that they had like a hangout / sleepover, and they like, I guess the TikTok was like, when we be getting together and just showing each other our titties and just supporting each other. And I'm like, nothing would make me happy.
There's not a girls' night that I have had where titties did not come out.
Yeah.
Don't tell me these things.
Almost every girls' night I've had.
Sean and I, we might, you know what? When Sean finally comes to Washington, we might just have titty patrol. It's just me and Sean.
Man.
All
Hey,
day.
man,
Girls' night.
Yeah,
if Tommy Versace has to make a return appearance from the 2020 season of goddamn the Schmodown, like shit, fuck it, man. Oh my lord!
Exactly what you just said. Winston, every time I'll see a TikTok and it's like, "Oh, I heard my husband had a tough day, so when he got home, I'm like, babe, right here, watch this one. I had a tough day every single day when I get home. Just a quick one. You know what? It'll brighten our
We get drunk, and then people are like, "I just want to know what your titties look like," and so we go, "Okay."
Alice,
And then
what the fuck? My girls' nights are like me and my friend drinking wine and watching paranormal shows on Discovery. Like,
but that's the thing. Kristen, sometimes the girls will just like hang out and they're just like watching a House Hunter or a Hallmark movie, and they go, "Girl, you know you got nice titties, right?" She'll be like, "Oh my God, you're so right. Isn't it nice?" And I'm like, "Y'all do that?" She goes, "Yeah, we do that a lot." And I'm like,
all the time.
You know,
because everyone's are different sizes, so people want to know like some of my friends are like, "What do your titties? You have big ones. What do they look like? You have smaller ones. How do those stand? Like what? Like where are we at?"
So I don't think anything about that. Like I've been told for a long time, girls are just like when they hang out, they're just like, "Yeah, boobs out, whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's totally fine. That makes sense." But then somebody's like, if one of my buddies told me, it's like, "Oh, I was hanging out with my buddy and we're just like, yo, whose dick is bigger?" I'd be like, "Yo, that's weird, man. Don't do that."
But you could, society told you that it's weird.
That's true.
That doesn't mean it is weird.
That is true.
That's true. But I think also there is something both from the mothering nature of us breastfeeding, but just in general, titties are just so nice. There's like, if anybody has had a bad day, how many times did your big mama, and it's weird because it's your grandmother, but at the same time, you come home from school because you got punched in the eye. She's like, "Oh, come to big mama," and she just puts you right here, and you're like, "Oh, I just feel better." Not even in a sexual way. I just feel just so like the tension is just eased out of the black eye on my face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just
Everyone needs a bosom.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even if you prefer penis sexually, everyone loves titties. That's just a thing. That's just a thing.
That was like the manifesto video.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, man.
If there was ever a reason for us to solve fucking breast cancer, goddammit, I swear to God. Jesus, that's gonna be the first one we eliminate.
AIDS! Fuck your AIDS!
Oh, keep the titties.
Oh man.
Oh boy,
Okay.
this has been fun.
This is great, guys.
So She-Hulk also had a comment about some big ass titties. I don't know if you remember. Look at you, your titties are big, good for you.
She's just super drunk, just getting pressed in there, just like.
Oh my god.
Titty envy is a real thing. It's a real thing.
Oh man.
No, we
I
have
grew
real
up with titty
conversations.
envy. I gotta be honest.
You know,
Yeah.
they're not. Here's the thing:
Dang.
they are fun for people to look at, and they're a thing. But God, they're annoying. They get sweaty.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Like they're not great. They're not.
I mean, I feel bad that you guys have so much that gets sweaty, but I gotta tell you, just to mansplain for a second, ball sweat ain't fun.
That's not really a mansplain. A mansplain,
Well,
I thought. I'm a mansplaining to your ass. real
Taking the
quick.
conversation
I'm
from
pretty-
the woman to say that it's worse for me.
Wait, see, I thought if I could mansplain it, if I can blacksplain a mansplain to you real quick.
Yeah, blacksplain to me.
I thought a
please.
mansplain is when clearly she already knows what it is, but your ass thinks that you be knowing better, so you be talking about it. She don't know nothing about no balls. Maybe she does. I don't know. Maybe Allison knows something about balls, but you know, it is what it is. Well, but I mean, but even if you may she might have seen it in the same way I have seen titty sweat, but I haven't. Well, sadly, I have. I've been fat enough at one point. I've experienced titty sweat. But we ain't gonna talk about that. My point is,
nobody cares rock your 8-pack. Let's be real.
I think where the stigma is that you ladies think that we don't also appreciate the titty sweat, because I appreciate all the sweat. All the sweat from my lady.
Frank's not gonna let me hang out with you guys anymore.
Also, here's a weird difference. Luckily she's hanging out with she's with her family right now, so she doesn't know tennis. But
I will tell you one thing happens though with that sweat, because if you're not, depending on what kind of support you're wearing underneath your shirt, it rolls up, it bunches up, it gets weird. It sometimes seeps through your shirt if you're wearing a light shirt. It's just a lot. It's annoying. It doesn't make you feel cute. You're always adjusting it.
Kind of like how you sometimes when you got some thick thighs, you got to put some deodorant between them so they don't chafe. You got to put them right. You got to put it right under your boobies.
You might not think that, but yeah, I that happens. I got the thighs. My mom gave me thighs. It's unfortunate, but they're there, and they stay rubbing. They stay rubbing.
Well, deodorant helps. You got to
deodorant's the best.
It keeps the friction at bay, so that way
It keeps the lotion on the skin.
Yeah.
If you check my travel bag when I'm going to Disneyland, you're going to find some baby powder and some diaper cream.
Perfect.
Just in case.
For your children.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a big boy.
Well, for his future children, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's the whole thing. There's definitely excessive man spreading, but that was the one thing when that became why would men do that? I'm like, because there is literally just
it's called
flaps of meat hanging, and
it's called air conditioning, y'all.
Especially when you a big boy with thighs, man, you just crushing your shit. It's the worst. Oh, it's so bad.
During my sister's wedding, my dad got a picture of all of us in our long dresses. The vents in this place for her venue were on the floor, and all of us had some good leg and thigh sweat going on. So you just see all of us standing over these vents throughout this giant room, smiling.
Somebody has to do that deodorant comment in their ASMR voice.
I can do that.
Oh, man.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm a big guy with tree trunks. Deodorant does more chafing. Baby powder is the way.
I didn't like that voice. That gave me the creeps.
No, okay. So speaking of manspreading,
It puts
I think
the baby powder in the basket.
one of my wife's pet peeves, and I don't have a great
I thought you were just
explanation
like
for
one of my wives. I was like, what?
it. One of my wives.
One of my wives.
I'm like
pet peeve.
I'm
My
Nandor
wife.
from what we do
My
in the
wife.
shadows.
Oh my god, I love that show so much.
This fucking guy. But the AMC theaters by us, the regular screenings have the full recliners, right? And so I fully recline the chair, right? Lean back, and then I put one leg on each side of the reclined seat. And my wife just goes, "Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?" And I'm like, "It's just comfy.
Why are
It's
you
just
the
comfy."
way that
No,
you
absolutely,
are?
absolutely.
You guys ever have to
Oh,
do?
thank
You guys
you.
ever have to do the slow peel off of like the fake
Oh,
leather
yeah.
chair?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh.
or you get up
AJ.
too fast and you go. Ah.
AJ, you can delete the comment. It's fine. We still see it on our side. It's all good. We'll just leave it on screen for the rest of
We
the
like, we're proud of your tree trunks, just like you are.
Talk about someone who gives amazing hugs. AJ Lancaster gives some of the best hugs in the entire universe. I
So
only
far-
wish everyone could get an AJ hug.
Slow peel. Wait. Lego wants some explanation on what slow peel means.
Oh, like when
Well, you
part of
can't
your
do-
body is sticking or getting sweaty on
When you're wearing short shorts.
it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially vinyl.
or when your shirt rides up, because
Yeah.
things like to roll up when you sit
Yeah.
down.
Just a little
Basically
slow
any-
peel here for $10 Streamlab.
Oh my goodness! I thought
This
for a
is
second
why
when you
I'm
said
in bed at this point in time.
I for half a second, Jesse, when you said my wife, when you said wives, we all thought I thought that was going to be your segue into She-Hulk. I genuinely
Right.
thought
You
that
know
that's
what?
what you were doing, and I was like, that was really good. And then you just went a complete left turn. And I said, oh,
Well, you know what's funny? I told Glory and I told Winston. I was like, "Hey, first 30 minutes or so, we're gonna talk She-Hulk." And I talked to Sean. Sean's like, "Let's glance over it." And I was like, "All right." So the first couple minutes, we're gonna talk about She-Hulk, and then like we've said the word She-Hulk at least 6 times.
Twice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
well, that was
So,
number 7.
That was
but-
7. But I mean, we can talk about it. Everyone's seen it.
oh, it's all good. Whatever y'all want to do. I obviously talked about it a lot yesterday, so.
Yeah. Chaos ensued. We're good to go.
I honestly, the highlight for me continues to be when they go super meta and just take a stab at how toxic social media is, especially surrounding the show.
Yeah.
So that always it's like one of the sad chuckles.
They wrote this. She-Hulk was filmed a year ago or something. They've been in post-production for a hot minute. They knew
It's
exactly
weird how much they knew.
society would react to the show on a weekly basis. It's
Sean,
hilarious.
Sean, that's because we live in a society and
Oh,
but
It's so funny. I just did a record with Taylor Robinson for You've Never Seen It.
We love Taylor.
Taylor's the best. But the joke that we kept kind of coming back to, so we were talking about Prometheus, it'll be out in a few weeks. But the joke that we kept coming back to is the scene where she has to perform the whole C-section on herself.
Yeah.
That
Wait, what the fuck is this movie?
Prometheus.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's
Okay.
not a
Oh,
and it-
really?
It's
yeah,
not a
but she has to
spoiler.
cut the alien out.
Yeah,
of her.
just because it's a great it's great
Spoiler.
scene.
That's a
It
spoiler.
is a spoiler, but the movie's from when?
So the movie came out in 2012.
2012, yeah.
But anyway, when she goes to say that's what she needs, the machine that she's going into says we're only set up for male surgery. She's like, how the fuck in 2093 are we still so sexist that robots cannot do surgeries on women?
Because Ridley Scott directed it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Oh,
They were
oh shit! Oh, fuck!
they were
Listen,
anticipating,
Ridley Scott came after the entirety of film fandom when he released a movie that was solely based around rape, and it's like, nobody likes my movie because it's not a superhero. No, we don't want to watch rape for 2.5 hours.
No, dude, it's traumatic. No one wants to go see
I'm
that.
always screaming about the way he casts his movies. Oh, illogical movies. There we go. Gods of Egypt. Is that what it's fucking called?
Oh, God.
Movie? Why is Joel Edgerton a pharaoh? And why
And Christian Bale?
Christian Bale Moses? Are you kidding me? Like, what is this? And it's like every epic movie he makes that's not in a country that really has people that look like Christian Bale. They're always white people playing Middle Eastern people, or like it's the weird. I fucking hate it. He needs to just stick to sci-fi, and that's like it.
No,
Like Blade Runner is good. But like I'm so fucking done with that shit. And then like I did not like the last. I could talk about the last duel. I'm not gonna do it. I hated that.
I mean, I'm just. Well, first before I respond to that, because that's actually a very good point. The minute you said because Ridley Scott directed, I was like. But the other thing I was just gonna say is because I'm curious, both Allison and Glory, because I know with every woman in my life, they're like, I'm not trying to go see essentially a medieval Me Too that me or my friends have lived at some point, written and directed by Ridley fucking Scott. Like if a woman was helming this, then I would assume she knows what she's talking about, and then we could have a good discussion. But I'm not gonna watch that shit. Like, why would I do that?
Because I had AMC A-list, so I could go see 3 movies a week.
I mean, you know,
because I literally didn't have to pay for it.
How
No,
fucking
I had
dare you make
A-list.
Adam Driver a rapist? How fucking dare you, sir? Adam Driver? No.
Needs to be
Okay,
protected at all
hold
costs.
on.
it's like, how much rape do you
Kylo-
want in this movie? More!
Kylo and the dude he played in fucking Girls. I could totally see it in a certain light just because he plays a douchebag
I
exceptionally well.
know, but like, I don't know.
You know,
the
one of my
only-
favorite Adam
only-
Driver
Complicated
performances is
relationship
Black
with-
Klansman, to be honest.
The only good things I heard about the movie is Jodie Comer, great performances.
Killed
I
it.
haven't seen it.
Oh, she was amazing. She did.
Okay.
She crushed it. The amount of movies I go to see that I probably shouldn't see just for the sheer fact that I have A-list is insane.
I wouldn't have watched Uncharted if it wasn't for A-list.
I mean, I was the same way pre-pandemic, but like post now, I just don't feel like driving to the movies unless I either A, have to do it for work, or B,
I seen it.
it's something I really want to see, you know?
Yeah. No, I went and saw I had no desire to finish the Fantastic Beasts films, but I was like, I got nothing else to do today.
Did you say
I'll
finish?
just-
Isn't there 2 more supposed to
I
be?
don't know.
I thought
Yeah,
they
right.
canceled that franchise.
I don't know.
Who-
Have they
who
officially?
They should. That surprisingly wasn't on like the chopping block. Well, I guess they were talking about more like DC products, but
You know what,
the whole
maybe though-
HBO stuff going on.
Hey, is Ezra involved in a property? That's fine.
You know,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
I don't
Go picture.
regret.
You got go picture.
I think
AJ can back me on this one. You know what I
1.5.
don't regret spending my A-list credit on? Moonfall.
I want to watch that movie, to be honest. I want to watch Moonfall.
Do
I bet
it.
Watch it. I bet
Do it.
great.
It's horrible and amazing all at the same time.
You know what I thought?
Oh,
Was cool? And he watched it, and I watched it with him. He put on that movie Ambulance. That movie slapped.
Yeah.
okay.
Can we just talk about Jake Gyllenhaal yelling at the woman? And I didn't want genital herpes, but here we are.
Man, you want to talk
That's
about
Michael Bay humor.
You want to talk about the 2 things? Like one of my really good friends, Emmy Ikwalker, is in Moonfall. He plays Halle Berry's husband, and it was so weird because we
Lucky.
went to I know. Well, apparently they only acted through Zoom, like that
Oh.
because he's never in the same place as her.
Right.
So,
and
like-
she's in space.
Right,
That makes
or just on the other side of the country or whatever's going on. But like, what's so rough about it is like. That movie was just not good. Like it's fun, but it's not good. So you're sitting here trying to like, hey fam, you killed that shit, but also that movie was terrible.
It's literally a Roland Emmerich disaster movie in every sense of the
Does
word.
he ever get tired of doing disaster movies?
No,
Like,
clearly
why is
not.
that your thing? Like,
Apparently not.
it's a
What
weird
was
thing
the-
to have.
what was
Does
the
anyone
last
else find
Michael
it-
Bay get tired of blowing shit up? What?
Does anyone else find it hilarious that Roland Emmerich came after Marvel movies and said they're all the same like goddamn thing? And I said, sir, sir.
Have you seen one of your own movies?
Have you seen Troy? Did he do Troy?
Like not only does he make the same basic movie, he doesn't leave a genre. At least Marvel films
Yeah.
have different subgenres that you can talk about, but it's always a disaster movie.
Wait, so can we circle back to She-Hulk and talking about social media?
We absolutely can.
We should.
Okay, so I'm I follow Jamila Jamil. I like her. I like what she stands for largely. You know, she's not like, she's always feuding with the Kardashians. So I have to appreciate that the voice she uses in that show is Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Like,
Jamila is amazing. I fucking love her.
Dude, I saw a clip of her going after Roe versus Wade, and I watched it like 5 times. I was like, "You're a badass."
She's not afraid of just being that girl. Like, she's just like
she's
before
incredible.
The Good Place, she was just like a influencer type of person, right? But like an advocate and stuff like that.
She was like a rich girl with like.
Okay.
She's just self-obsessed rich girl more than anything. But like, yeah, but this character is totally a dig at Kim Kardashian, and I'm
Yeah.
for it.
I need more adventures of Madison and Wongers.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I need Madison to hang out with Lulu and Wongers to take him on an adventure. Just like sling ring them from location to
with
location.
2 N's
party to
and a
party.
Y.
But not where you think.
But not where you think it is.
But not in a fun way.
I love Nikki, to be honest.
Nikki's my favorite. I absolutely adore her.
She does so good.
She's
Nikki-
amazing.
There wasn't any
what do I
Pug
know
in this
that
episode,
actress
was
from?
there?
There wasn't any Pug. No.
I love
her,
Pug.
like, sort of 80s wardrobe too.
Yeah.
The paralegal.
What is Pug called? His drip consultant? Is that what it was?
No, his drip broker.
His drip broker.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you guys went to a flight attendant?
No, that's
No.
the one with what's her
The
face?
The designer guy, I forget his real name. He's in the flight attendant, and he's great. So I was really excited to see him with this.
Luke Jacobs, I think is his name in the show.
Right.
The actor that was Mr. Immortal in this episode
Yeah, he
is the guy from Book of Boba Fett.
I apologize.
Yeah, apologies.
Hey, man,
David
but that's the move.
Pasquazi.
Yes.
That's
He
the
acts
move.
the
You get in
exact
with
same
King.
every time I see him. It's with the hand gestures, and I'm like, he's the same person.
That's the move, though. You get in with Disney, you're good to go, man. They will throw you in every fucking franchise.
How many properties you got? Okay, Marvel, you got a Star Wars. Can I play a hyena in the next Lion King? What are we doing?
Oscar Isaac, boom, everything.
Yeah.
Well, friends, real quick before getting my NyQuil is kicking in, so I'm gonna go save my voice, or it's gonna get real weird. Don't forget to come hang out and celebrate my birthday tomorrow.
This will be the second birthday stream where Allison doesn't have a voice.
It probably will happen. But we're celebrating. Well, since my birthday's on a Monday, we're gonna celebrate tomorrow. I haven't never done one of these before, so lots of fun, lots of friends are gonna come and hang out, and it should be a good time. So come hang out with me and go check out You've Never Seen It wherever you get your audio podcasts. New episodes release every Tuesday. You can actually find it right now as You've Never Seen It, presented by Flick and Reel, wherever you get your audio podcast. So go subscribe, rate, review. If any of y'all want to do an episode, just hit me up. You know, working on it. Send you the list.
And don't forget the episode that kicked it all off, Tremors with Jesse Swift.
Jesse
remains
Swift.
to be the highlight of.
Wow.
So much he couldn't finish his own sentence.
We got some good episodes out there. Just last week, I talked with a good buddy of mine on The Hustler and The Color of Money, so that was fun.
Nice.
It's my
Double
first
feature.
foray into Paul Newman, so I'm hoping to catch to watch more coming. This is the problem, is now I want to watch all the Paul Newman
Right?
movies, but I'm like, that's a fucking episode.
So
Who wants to talk Hulu and Luke? Either of you? Anyone?
Going off of your
Done.
You've
Gloria,
Never
yours.
Seen It shows, I went back and started watching like Oscar movies and from the 70s, and like I'm moving up through, and I just started in 1975. But Paul Newman's in The Sting, he's in Towering Inferno. He's incredible. Like I think I've seen Butch Cassidy like one time when I was way too young to
100%.
appreciate it.
I love it.
But I haven't seen a ton of Paul Newman stuff, and he's so good.
What's
And
so crazy
back in the
is literally, because I don't know if you watched the 6-part documentary that Ethan Hawke did on HBO Max. I think I have like 3 more of them to go through. I think I've done the first 3 or maybe the first 4 parts of it. But in like the first part, it literally, they tell you like he came up at the time of like James Dean and Marlon Brando, and he kept losing roles to those 2 guys. And then James Dean dies doing Rebel Without a Cause. And because of that, now Paul Newman ends up getting all of these parts that probably would have gone to James Dean.
Right.
And like, that's like, it's had that not happened, we may not have the Paul Newman that we have, or that we know and love.
When that leading man
wild.
spot opens up, someone has to take the
Mhm.
place. And now we have salad dressing.
Mhm.
And cookies.
And quick, what's really cool we go over all of this in my episode of The Hustler and Color of Money, but like he actually had
Cookies?
a camp, no, like all of his charity stuff, but like he did it, he has his foundation now, but he ran it for a long time, a camp for I think kids with special needs called the Hole in the Wall Gang camp. And once a week he would show up at every single one of them for like one day and like meet with all the campers and all the counselors and everyone who worked for him and everything. Yeah, but like no media was ever allowed, no press was ever allowed. Like he just was just a good fucking guy to like just be a good guy because he could.
Wow.
You know,
Shout out to Paul Newman.
seriously.
Doing the
Like just was the fact that it's very rare these days to find good people for the sake of being good people because they can do it. So
Personally, I'm a terrible person.
I'm the fucking worst. I don't know why any of you want to be my friends.
I am true chaos.
None of us can live up to Paul Newman's legacy.
Never. So, but I love you all so much.
Feel better.
I also
Thank you.
have a wonderful birthday, Allison. I also have to run, everybody. I
Allison.
just want to say thank you for having me on the show, and I'll definitely try and come back soon. But y'all
Yeah,
have
we
a
gotta
wonderful
invite. I mean, it's our fault because like last time we invited you, you came, and then we just didn't invite you again for like forever. So we're the worst once again.
I
it's
also-
a great show.
I also need to start being really careful. I'm so used to hitting end broadcast because of doing my recordings in here that I always go there first. But I'm not there now.
I know you've done it. I've been there. I'm pretty sure I watched one of the blurs, and all of a
That
sudden
was
like,
one of the infamous episodes. I was drunk off my ass, and I was on my phone, and I meant to hit leave studio, but it's on the phone, so I had to see end, and I go, end that shit. Oh fuck! So
What episode is this?
It's two episodes because you came back, right?
Yes, it did come back. I don't remember. You would have to go look at the archive because I don't think it was deleted. But you know, you're gonna have to ask another certain somebody about that. But if it's still there, you'll see an episode like part 1 and part 2, and the second one is like 15 minutes, and the first one was like 45 because I ended it too goddamn early.
It's like being in the time of COVID where everyone's on Zoom calls and whoever's in charge is like, I'm fucked up, closed. Oh, well, I guess we're done hanging out for the night.
guess everybody done. Guess we don't know who won Trivia Murder Party, bitches. All right, I gotta run.
Oh, by the way, wait,
Bye,
plug the show. Blurts in the Hood for anyone that doesn't know.
Oh, it's over.
That's over.
Oh, is it?
But you're on
it's
Capes and
been
Cows
over.
on a
Oh.
weekly basis.
Oh yeah, come watch
Over on
Capes
the
and
Christian
Cows
Pile.
and follow me on all the socials, man.
Oh, are you gonna?
hmm?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna ask you a question after this. Go ahead.
Oh, I just follow me on all the socials at the Swaggy Blurred. I've been doing my my now weekly NFL series, if you guys are SVU fans, called Law and Order Sports Victims Unit, and it's just where I burn the fuck out of somebody who's upset over sports. And the first two, the first one I took the opportunity to make fun of the Cowboys, and then the second one was just the fact that the Dolphins pulled one of the greatest comebacks in the history of sports. So definitely check that out.
Did you see the Eli Manning thing where he went to
Yes, we went to Penn State.
Penn State, yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was
I was watching that. That was
so
fun.
fucking good. All right. Much love,
Bye.
everybody. I'll see you later. Oh, wait. What did you want to ask me? You said you wanted to ask something.
I was gonna see if you'd tell me what you auditioned for.
Oh, nice try.
Nope. Bye, Winston.
Oh, bye, Alton.
How's it going? Hi. What was I trying to bring up?
I don't know
Oh,
what
I
you're
got
looking
it.
for.
I remember. Hey, so officially unofficial for the 7 of you, which is probably actually 5 people if me and Sean are still in the chat. I don't know. But another announcement that's tentatively coming up that I thought maybe we should bring up here is anyone that's fans of Video Drew and Nerd Chronic Eric. I'm looking at doing a show here with them where we're going to do watch-alongs for the very well-known, just kidding, nobody's heard of it, show Fear Itself from 2008. A really fun, wild, weird anthology horror show that was kind of trying to do American Horror Story before that was really kicking off. And it has people like Jesse Plemons and Elizabeth Moss and what's his name for Dark Knight? Eric Roberts.
Wow.
So some big names
of all the movies.
You know what?
the
No,
dark
okay.
Eric
Hang on.
Roberts has ever been in. He has like 800 credits, 800 B movie credits.
No,
to his
okay,
name.
but
Like, the Dark
it's because I couldn't remember his name. And
Okay.
when we were studying Dark Knight, it's like who plays Sal Maroni?
Rose, yeah.
And you embarrassed me. So now I remember him as the Dark Knight guy.
If anyone has heard of Fear Itself, it's these two down below. Have you guys heard of that show?
No.
Sounds amazing.
It was
I'll check out.
what, mid 2000s or something? What did you say?
2008, I think, was the first
Channel
season. It went oh shoot, I want to say Fox maybe, but it was 2008 to 2009. 13
Sounds like a TV show, to be honest.
One season.
yeah, one season, and then it was canceled. 13 episodes. The opening music is done by Serge Tankian from System of a Down.
Sick.
Yeah, if you know the song "Lie Lie Lie" from a solo album, that is the intro music, and it's pretty savage.
Cool.
Yeah,
Watch that.
check that out. And honestly, if you guys haven't seen it, I'm kind of doing an open invite for people that are actually interested. Like, it's going to be ran by me, Drew, and Eric. Probably looking like Monday nights. I think we're trying to pick a night where there's not a lot of shows going through October because it's spooky season. And if people want to jump on and watch with us, it's going to be free on Plex. You don't have to have an account.
It's on Plex.
Yeah, it's on Plex for free. No ads or anything.
Dude,
Full
yeah,
season.
into it. Love spooky things.
Spooky things.
What is it called? Fear Itself.
Fear Itself. Yeah.
Nothing to fear.
But yeah, the cast is pretty like it's all these people that are like names now, but in 2008, I don't think people really know who Jesse Plemons or Elizabeth Moss were. Obviously Eric Roberts, but
13 episodes.
Yeah. I think they're about 40 minutes apiece. 40-ish.
Yeah.
You got like a werewolf episode, you got cannibalism, just cool anthology weirdness.
Yep, 43 minutes. Yeah, pretty much an hour-long TV show without the commercials. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you get those super fun fade outs, like they're gonna go to a commercial.
Yeah.
Is that Anna Kendrick?
Yeah, Anna Kendrick is in an episode. I knew I was forgetting a big name.
She's in episode 11.
What? Zena says, I've watched that weird ass show. That's awesome.
Oh, what's his name from Can't Hardly Wait? What's his name? What's up?
Ethan Embry.
Ethan Embry. Yeah, he's in episode 10.
He does horror. I don't know.
Someone right.
He does some. Yeah. Oh, dude, he's in this incredible horror movie called The Devil's Candy.
Yeah, that was.
I think it came out maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's sick. He plays like this like metal dude dad who like starts getting like weirdly possessed in their new house. It's kind of Amityville a little bit.
Ooh.
But there's this like serial supernatural killer who like plays guitar and he does these like weird like things. And then like the devil. I don't know. It's good. You should watch it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Is he in that wolf movie? That's Devin Sawa.
Devin Sawa was in a wolf movie, I thought.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is the Hunter.
Hunter, yeah.
Hunter is incredible.
I have not seen it. I remember seeing commercials or a trailer for it.
That's like an indie horror that's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of a bummer it didn't get more attention.
It's good. It's more
really
thriller than horror, I'd say.
There's a horror.
Thriller's my jam. I like stuff like Quiet Place and Black Phone and stuff, like not outright horror.
I think it's a little more up that sleeve than like a straight blood and guts.
Because like stuff like Halloween or like even Scream, even though it's like satirical a little bit, like that doesn't do anything for me. The slashers, I guess.
Yeah.
But I like being in suspense. I do like that. So
This one, you might like it. I would check it out, Hunter.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really good, actually.
Yeah. It's kind of like this like family that lives off the grid. And then they're kind of, they run into some trouble. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Oh, is that recent? Is that 2020?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Oh, that is oh, this is not the one I was thinking of, but I see. Yeah, these people. Oh, Nick Stahl was in it.
Yeah, Nick Stahl's in it. And I don't really know the other
Terminator 3 thing.
Right.
oh yeah, that wow. Okay. So I was doing a marathon. I was doing a Terminator marathon with Lauren, and I'll tell you how far it went. We binged the first two and got about 40 minutes into the third.
We're good here, right?
Yeah, that's sort well, it's. I hadn't
You know what?
watched
I'm
it.
just gonna make notes on the Wikipedia page.
I hadn't watched it in like 12 years, and I was like, other than some of the action, the dialogue is filmed like a soap opera. Like it feels very TV movie. It's strange.
Really?
Yeah. And honestly, like, because for the longest time I said Salvation was the worst. Like it wasn't my jam. And then I watched 3 and I was like, no, it is.
I like Salvation. I think people hate on Sam Worthington a lot because studios pushed him as like the next big thing, the next big actor, and he just never picked up. But it wasn't like his fault. He was just taking roles, you know.
So you ever notice that after Terminator 2, John Connor was like consistently the worst part of whatever movie he was in?
Yeah, they just kind of shoehorn him in everything, and it'd be better to let the universe breathe a little bit more than just being centered around him.
Whoa, where there is an abyss, a gap that must be filled. Scott Fox shows up to say hello.
Scotty.
Holy mackerel.
Hi. I like the lighting right now. I like just a little all black with blackness behind you, floating head. You're
Super
like
moody.
Axel
Super
in Love
moody.
and Thunder. Yeah.
I'm
If
an
you turn-
emo teen right now.
If you turn your light off, it'll probably darken everything but your head from the light of the screen, and you'll just be a floating head.
Oh,
Or just a floating shiny like something up top. There you go. Hey.
Perfect late night spooky.
Watch me.
I'm here to haunt your dreams.
Yeah.
Scott, did you watch Rings of Power?
I just finished doing my reaction video and uploading it. Unfortunately, last night I was spending quality time with my wife and decided
Unfortunately.
no, fortunately, I was spending quality time with my wife. Unfortunately, that meant that I had to wait a day to watch
Clip it
Rings
out.
of Power. Yeah, but my time was was well spent yesterday.
Yes,
but that meant that unfortunately, the 5 fans that we have that is following that show had to wait a week or a day. But whatever, still a great episode. And all those people poo-pooing Rings of Power for no reason whatsoever is ridiculous. And yes, John Connor is a wasted character in most of the Terminator franchise.
Doesn't matter if it's Christian Bale, if it's Jason Clarke, or the guy in the third one that we're talking about.
I always forget Genesis exists because it was just I only saw it the one time.
Listen, Genesis is bad, but I do think 3 is worse.
I agree. 3 is worse. How many are there total? 17 now?
So, hey, listen.
4,
I will
5,
die
6,
on the Dark Fate hill.
Dark Fate's awesome.
It is awesome.
Is that the one with Mackenzie Davis?
Yes.
Yeah, the newest one.
Okay,
Mhm.
I haven't seen it, but that was the only draw for that movie for me. I was like, oh,
Well, and the actual return of Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton came back. They
Honestly, without diving into like the entire movie, I will just say that Dark Fate was the first movie that tried to do something different instead of retreading its own steps, because it takes off from T2, and it's like, yes, Sarah and John successfully did prevent that future. However, something else happened, and it's not Skynet, and there's a technological shift or whatever, and there's a new threat that comes up, and it's not John Connor isn't the savior anymore. Something happens. It's not John. It's not Skynet. Like, everything's different about the future, but the future still sucks. Yeah. So it's like they have to do a completely different method, different main characters, and it's really cool. I liked it.
I can affirm that.
And the red.
Did you see Dark Fate, Scott?
I have not seen it.
I have not seen Dark Fate, but I will say that the rehash of the idea that this future, while they may alter it in some way, shape, or form, it's going to happen. It's just prolonging it by each time they push it out. Right. It's a bad trope, and they dipped to that well for like 4 straight movies.
Decades.
And it was kind of like,
what?
geez, yeah, exactly.
Well, they only came out once a decade.
Yeah.
First one was what, 82? The second one was at 91, 2003.
Yeah. But T2 is still one of the best action movies you could ever ask for. Absolutely incredible. Oh,
absolutely.
I often get very frustrated with James Cameron, but then I will hold on to Aliens, Terminator 2, and True Lies, and I'm a little forgiving.
True Lies is awesome.
True Lies rocks.
Yeah.
I definitely had a crush on Elijah Dushku when I was a kid.
I thought you were gonna say Jamie Lee Curtis in a very specific scene. And I was yeah. Well, okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. That's Cassandra from Wayne's World, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Perfect.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
She will be mine.
My girlfriend's in there. Everyone's girlfriend.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
I'm going to see. I'm taking the kids to see Avatar tomorrow. And
you're gonna say Barbarian.
Release. Barbarian. We're going to see Barbarian. Taking the kids.
Pearl will love it.
Yeah, they're doing the re-release of Avatar this weekend, and I missed the theater craze. I never saw it in 3D in theaters. When
man,
I saw it at home. Yeah,
I saw it on a box TV in my room.
Yeah,
seeing that movie in the theater in 3D was certainly worth the money because it was revolutionary when it came out. I mean, it did something different for 3D. The only other movie that I think nailed 3D as well as that movie nailed it is the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol, the animated one. That movie's 3D was incredible in the theater. Like you literally felt like snowflakes were like about to hit your glasses.
What's the better Jim Carrey Christmas movie? Is it Christmas Carol or The Grinch?
I can watch The Grinch with my family. No one in my family wants to watch the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol because it's literally one of the scariest movies you could watch for Christmas.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
The Black Horse.
Oh.
The Black Horse, when it's in the shadow and its head comes off the wall with the red eyes and stares right at the screen. Every time my kids are like, "Nope, I'm going to bed. Nope, can't go to bed. I'm gonna have nightmares. Now I'm gonna sit here watching Care Bears."
Did y'all ever see Coraline in 3D? That was one of my favorites.
No.
As a big Neil Gaiman fan, I have failed and never seen Coraline in general.
Oh, watch it.
My kids have watched it.
I'll watch it for Halloween.
Yeah.
What's it on?
It might be on Disney Plus. Is it a Disney movie?
Is it on Netflix? Yeah, that'd be a great movie for me to watch for the first time for the October.
Have you read it?
The book
back in like middle school, I read some of it. I don't think I read the whole thing, but I know the premise.
It's pretty faithful.
It's a great story.
Yeah. But that movie was one of the ones in 3D that I loved. I did see Avatar in 3D as well, but I also had an edible, so that was like a horrible experience for me. I think I left the theater for most of the fight scene when they're all flying in the air.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Neil Gaiman and spooky season, for anyone that hasn't watched The Sandman, damn it, do it.
Just leave it on overnight. We need the numbers up so we can get it.
We do.
Yeah, right.
Nobody knows if we get another season.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Where is Coraline? Where is it? Just Watch? Is that website?
Yeah, Just Watch is the site to look it up.
We're not done yet though, so I think we're
savoring it for
like 2 episodes. I know we're really just
What's that, Sandman?
Yeah. We're on like episode 8 or something.
Well, technically there's 3 episodes because they dropped the 11th episode 2 weeks later.
They did.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's the cat episode, right?
Yeah, well, half of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit. I love it.
The animation's so cool.
Coraline is nowhere for free, but it is on Roku with ads.
There you go.
Roku can suck my butt.
It's like the least cool experience. You can't watch it with ads.
Every 15 minutes, you're gonna watch the same 2 Target ads.
You can rent it for $4. It's worth $4.
Hey, we only see Scott once a week. Everyone give Scott something to watch. Let's do a recommendation. Scott, did you ever see Everything Everywhere all at once?
Nope, I have to see that.
That's my recommendation to you.
See it with alone or just you and the wife. Don't show the kids.
It's not kid friendly.
There's not many movies we really talk about on here that I can see with my kids.
If it's not Marvel or Star Wars, I understand.
Lego,
well, I guess I do have a 14 and a 16-year-old, and so I can watch some of the movies with them.
I mean, you could probably watch it with the 16-year-old, but it's iffy in spots.
Definitely not the 5 and the 6 or 5 and the 7-year-old.
Not at all.
Yeah,
not at all. Let's just say when you see a trophy, have them leave the room for a while. Yes,
okay. I'm taking notes.
Perfect.
Hold on.
Jamie Lee Curtis, and that is amazing too. Everything with the alternate universe too, with the fingers.
What
and
two
everything.
very different
I love it.
Jamie Lee performances between True Lies and Everything Everywhere. What's the story of how we got here?
You know what? But both just sexually awakening in very different ways. Just like a new kink was born.
Don't
like clapping in your face.
I was about to say the sausage fingers is the only.
That movie.
I thought I was straight, and then I saw this woman with hot dog fingers, and I had some questions.
I don't think that changes anything.
I should have gone to bed.
This
is the late night
really
show,
lost
Scott.
right at the moment. That is true. But I finished recording my reaction to Rings of Power because I'm a Tolkien nerd. And then I went back to Dashboard and I saw you guys were live and I'm like, click it.
Lego, I'm going to invite you right here now on the show that I'm not a part of. But if you want to come on their their Saturday morning Rings of Power show, you're more than invited.
We would love another voice.
Rings of Power is fantastic so far.
It's pretty much Scott just like doing Tolkien talk, going in hard on all the lore, and I go, yeah, right.
Well, Jesse,
Absolutely.
it's like, all right, here I'm Jesse. I have a list of questions. Scott, please answer these questions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Please explain what these people. And
I feel like
Alice
with
and
Tolkien
Salman.
with Tolkien and Lord of the Rings, it's the only thing that I might be the most knowledgeable about within our group.
It's not a competition.
Definitely within our group. I mean, we know some pretty nerdy people, just Schmodown adjacent. But and I feel like you guys all in a room would just create like a massive like surge of energy.
The hard part for me is remembering that the movies and the books are not exactly the same. And because sometimes I'll ask you guys a question and you guys will be like, that's not in the movie. And I'm like, damn it, that's a book thing.
Or it's in
but the books are so good.
Last weekend, Scott would have been proud. I watched the extended edition of it's gone full circle now. We watched the extended edition of Two Towers and Return of the King because when we first started dating, we watched the first movie we watched together was the extended edition of Fellowship of the Ring, hence why I have my Fellowship tattoo. And then we watched Two Towers and we never got to Return of the King. So we did the opposite this time. We watched 2 and 3 instead of 1 and 2.
That's intense because the Return of the King extended is over
4.5 hours.
But yeah,
4.5 hours.
It's a serious commitment of time and energy. And of the movies, it's the longest one. In not just time wise, but it feels the longest because it feels like it should have ended 3 times throughout that.
Yeah,
it just keeps playing and it re-ramps up and keeps playing.
I think Two Towers, theatrical and extended, remains to be the strongest film. It is my empire.
I watched all 6 of the Lord of the Rings, including the extended editions, twice this year. And by watched, I mean I had them playing while I was driving because I drive a lot for work. So I was listening to the movies more like than watching them. Once you've seen them a few times, you kind of know what's happening. You can just like hear the movie and be like, okay, I know where they're at.
Who's Puppy?
She's Helen D, so I'm just holding her right now.
But yes, they are long listens.
They're very long.
Scott and Glory, question, and Brian, have you guys seen Andor?
No.
Not yet.
Oh man.
Well, I was gonna bring back the positive the question. Who's not the primary character of each series, but who's the best like secondary, like who's my ride or die best friend?
It's not Sir Kristen Cole.
I mean he's
okay, you know what?
He's down for the cause.
It was
maybe
ride or die, and when he found out the writing was going to be limited, he's like, maybe die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he went a little overboard, I think, in my opinion, the latest episode. Yeah. Glory, Brian, are you guys watching House of the Dragon?
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm not
too burned by it.
Yeah, I feel too burned by the Game of Thrones. I'm just not. I feel like I already know what's in it. I'm like,
prequels are so challenging because, hey, we already know how all this ends.
yeah.
I think
Especially that story. You know?
Yes,
So
and they didn't go back far enough for it to be that different.
That's why Rings of Power is so good. It's going back so fucking far.
right.
Yeah, you're talking a 3,000 year gap. That's significant enough that some stuff is different.
Yeah.
I want to say
Tolkien stuff is so cool.
I enjoy House of the Dragon. I think the first episode's rough because you're worried that it's gonna possibly be the shallow aspects of Game of Thrones, and I think the longer it goes, the better it's getting. However, so far for me, any episode of Rings of Power is better than any episode of House of the Dragon, but that's just because of my investment of Middle Earth, and I acknowledge the bias. I'm not saying because a lot of people prefer Houses of the Dragon. I just think they're 2 great fantasy shows that give you different flavors. And then Andor is also fantastic.
I just didn't want them to go with Targaryen if they're going to do a prequel. I wanted like the Ice King or something else. I'm not into it. And
well, they had like 7 pilots that they were going to be working on.
What was it? Was it the Lannisters that what's her name? Emily Watts. Emily Watts was part of. Naomi Watts. Yeah.
I don't know if it was Lannister specific, but
was it a different set of Targaryens?
I know it wasn't even a family based. It was just a Game of Thrones spinoff. I think that was
it was. There was 3 prequels. There was House of the Dragon. There was the Naomi Watts, and then there was the I don't remember what the war was called, but it was Baratheon and Stark. It was the 30 years prior to the Game of Thrones.
And now they're going to make a Jon Snow show.
Now, which is going to be a sequel, which I'm down for. I'm down for moving the timeline
forward. We have to copyright our show and call it the Jon Show.
I don't know if they're going to go with that, so we might be safe. We can probably wait.
Buy that copyright anyway, though.
You know nothing about the show.
Yes, there you go.
Yes. No, it's We Know Nothing Jon Show. Boom. Nailed it. Crushed it.
Yeah, and like all of my suspicions were confirmed that it's just a bunch of like teenage women probably getting raped the entire time in that show. Not to be a downer, but like
at least once.
That that setting's just like not it for me. Like I'm just over it.
Jamie Campbell Bower was in the Naomi Watts show? I'm upset.
Oh, he's so good.
I'm upset.
He's so good.
The hard part about those,
he's a young Grindelwald.
The hard part about the Game of Thrones, all that stuff is like with the prequels. You know they're going to go with the one that's going to allow them to bring in dragons. That was one of the biggest things. And going with Targaryen, they're going to go with the dragon stuff. I'll be honest. It was never my flavor. I watched all of season 1 and I got about halfway through season 2 this is when they were dropping 1 a week. And at that point I was like, I can't do this. Plus the show is one of those shows, and almost all of them are now, where they build you up and then right at the very end, they make you mad. And then they make you hopeful that person that made you mad will die the next episode. And that was their formula. And they did it for so long that it was just like, all right, I'm off the roller coaster. I'm done. And I didn't want to dip back in the well. And I love Lord of the Rings. I love fantasy, and I love the fact that they're actually making fantasy stuff. But I'm just not a Game of Thrones fan. Never have been.
For Sean, really quick, because we're talking about the Woman King, the actress, I just lost her name. Where was she? Sheila Atim, who played Amenza. The taller, kind of skinnier one was going to be in this Game of Thrones spinoff. And I gotta be honest, when looking at the cast, I'm like, I don't even know anything about this show. I think I wanted this, whatever this was going to be.
Which one was that? The Naomi Watts one?
The Naomi Watts, yeah.
Yeah, they did the pilot and they just said, oh, no, thank you.
How do you have a pilot with that cast and just no? I guess because Targaryen sells, but
she was in Multiverse of Madness too. She played one of the wizards. Yeah. She played the one that specifically attacks the Darkhold and destroys it.
Yeah.
I think they're just also trying to make up for like burning us all with like Daenerys' storyline at the end of that show. Like I
see what you did there.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the last season. I'm not gonna say I'm an apologist by any means, but I liked it fine. I just didn't have a problem with it. Rather,
the last season was really just dragging along.
It was a mess, dude. I'm gonna be honest. Like, as someone who watched that show all the way through, that last season was a mess.
The puns are running deep in this place.
Deep. Heyo.
And unfortunately, the last season of that show seemed like we don't know how to wrap it up, and we're running out of time. Okay, let's just kill everybody.
They weren't running out of time. They
people
decided to run out of time. They made it 4 episodes shorter and just sped up everything.
They didn't let it breathe enough.
Completely glossed over that the real hero of that entire season was Arya. Completely just like ended her story. Like, she becomes like a roving countryside ranger and some shit, leaves, and you're just like, that's it. It's just like annoying. And you're right about the formula. Like, it almost feels like emotionally manipulative in a really sick way after a while, because they're like, hey, every character you care about is going to die. It's not a question, it's a guarantee. Everybody you get attached to is gonna die, and that's our fun game that we play with you guys. And you're like, what?
Arya was one of the best characters for the whole series,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and never got her full. Other than when she got to kill Littlefinger, she did some pretty awesome stuff in the show. But at the same time, she deserved more and a better finish send off.
So Arya did get in the entire show many of the best kills. Spoilers for people that don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Littlefinger,
The Night King.
Walder Frey,
Yeah.
Frey, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Richard
obviously the
Brantley.
Night King. And then what's her butt, follower of the mini face dude. She sucked. She got killed.
I really want a show about that guy. The many face god or whatever.
Let's have a whole show on Bravos. I'd watch a show called Bravos over House of the Dragon.
Do a whole show about the Red
Dorne.
The Red Queen,
the Red Witch, right?
yeah.
What's her name?
So that is one thing.
Sandra show.
You guys aren't watching House of the Dragon, but there's no magic other than dragons. That's the only supernatural piece of this show.
Yeah.
I would like to see a little more magic,
Yeah.
such as
Magic.
like the Red Witch and stuff like that.
That's why I'm looking forward to Willow.
Hey,
Oh,
Willow
perfect.
looks
Willow.
fantastic.
It looks like they
Yes.
nailed it just from that trailer.
There's been a lot of speculation too about so Netflix, like if Cobra Kai is ending, Stranger Things are ending, like, what's the next big Netflix series or whatever?
Sandman, you cowards.
I wish it could be Sandman. I do think it's a little bit niche because it's not like a family show. There's a lot of dark stuff. they
Shit,
deal
Game of
with.
Thrones is.
Well, no. What I'm saying, but Avatar is going to be,
sure,
I think, the next big Netflix show.
Are they doing a live
and I-
action?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
so
doing-
I only have one
yeah.
positive thing to say about that. They got Mr. Kim from Kim's Convenience to be Iroh, and that was my fan casting for like a year and a
That's pretty
half.
good. That's pretty
And so that
Is
gives
M.
me
Night
hope.
Shyamalan coming back to direct this? Or did they
Unfortunately,
decide
no.
not to move
Quiet,
forward?
stop. They
The
decided
quiet
not to.
producer.
Well,
But what I was
here's
going
the
to say,
biggest issue. Go
Jesse,
ahead,
shh.
Blake.
What I
Hey,
was
he
gonna
had
say
he had a
is
great twist for that movie.
Netflix-
It sucked. That's as good of a twist as you can play.
Here's the twist. This movie sucks. You went and saw it anyways.
Yes!
But it could have been Dark
It
Crystal.
should have been dark. Too expensive. Well,
I just watched Labyrinth for the first time. It was fun. I
can't believe you made it all the way to 2022 without seeing Labyrinth.
I didn't see a lot of Muppet movies growing up. I just
Now,
not
that being said,
stayed
I
away
am-
from them. They just
I
come
think
across
I'm
me.
distinctly older than anyone in this group.
Yeah, you
And so I saw that when I was a kid, and that movie still holds up.
It came out a year
David
before
Bowie
I
is
was born.
fantastic.
so good.
But
It
anyway,
came out a
so
year
Ava-
before you were born. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 86. I was born in
I
86.
have a theory
Uh,
about the next big Netflix show, actually.
So Avatar, but for Disney, Willow, I was trying to agree with. I feel like every streaming service is going to have their next big tent pole, piece that they're dealing with.
Squid Game's coming back for season 2. I think that's going to be the Netflix show.
So I thought Squid Game. I didn't realize it was a narrative show. I thought it was like reality, but like with like thrown random shit in. So it's not real, but it's like it's what fake reality or whatever. I didn't realize there was an actual storyline to it.
Oh, have you
Until-
seen it?
Did you watch
I
it?
know, and I haven't watched it. That's what I mean. I didn't realize it was that. Cause I was like, oh, I don't care about these people just like dying or whatever, Like I just
No,
didn't.
because it is kind of about real life.
No, there was never an advertisement that hooked me in.
Okay.
Other than other people talking about it, it never had a thing that was like, "Come on, Sean, come watch me."
Well, I'm just thinking of the way that Stranger Things built up and stuff too. It's on the same kind of trajectory. Like it was this bizarre show that some people happened upon, and then other people were like, "Whoa, you got to watch this!" And then like it was this, and then all of a sudden, Squid Game was like so unique that. So I think that's the next big Netflix show. I think it's going to be on for a couple seasons actually.
Didn't the actor win Best Lead Actor something like that? Right? Okay.
Yeah, best lead.
But for Disney, Willow, I think you're right for sure.
Mhm.
I hope so. Willow's really weird. It's almost niche in itself, kind of in the way that Dark Crystal's weird. So
I just don't know
I
with the
hope.
generation gaps how it's going to work because it's definitely a millennials movie.
Yeah.
More
Even
than
a lot of
anything.
Gen
Gen X
X kids too.
kids too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like new kids are going to get it. They're going to be like, "What is this?"
If it's just a pure nostalgia play for one season, maybe.
Yeah.
I
Well,
hope
Val
it has,
Kilmer
I
came
hope it
back
has
for
longer
Top
legs
Gun.
than that.
Do we
What?
get Mad Mardigan again? Because
I
Val came back for Top Gun.
I really hope we get Mad Mardigan. that would make the entire series, even if he's just in there for a cameo in one episode, it will make the whole thing worthwhile for me. Val Kilmer is one of the best actors from the 80s.
Well, they did the thing in Top Gun.
Do you think they would do the same thing?
He's actually recovering quite well from his cancer thing that he had on his throat.
And he's
recovering?
Well, yeah, he was being interviewed on something, and it sounds like he's starting to get a little bit of his voice back. It's not, doesn't sound exactly like he did, 10 years ago. But if he's moving back in that direction and getting some strength back in his voice, it would be amazing.
My favorite Val Kilmer role is Kuntz from MacGruber.
Oh, so good.
Some of those things are really awesome, but you can never get away from Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday. Iceman is always going to be legendary. For true nerds, Mad Mardigan, but Doc Holliday is like the seminal role. Also, in what's the one from the 80s about science? Real Genius. Oh my gosh, so good. And that's like a young Val Kilmer too.
I'm gonna make a case for The Saint. It's not the best movie, but he's great in it.
No, Elizabeth Shue, and that is also that's a very good movie. So underrated.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
That's my personal favorite.
Oh, yeah,
I've never seen it.
I love that movie.
Man,
I don't like Shane Black.
Have you seen Nice Guys?
Nice Guys is
but
cream of the crop.
I didn't like The Predator, and I'm not a fan of Iron Man 3. And
Predator is like the worst movie ever made. But I don't know. I love Iron Man 3.
So I don't want to talk about Iron Man 3, but I will say,
if you want to derail an entire show with Jesse, talk to him about Iron Man 3.
Listen,
it'll flat out just turn us 90 degrees into a different direction.
It's been 9 years, and I'm just I'm now calming down after 9 years. But I was gonna say, I've said this to Sean, and I think it was Scott too. I have a similar journey with Shane Black that I do with Rian Johnson, and not to hurt Sean. Last Jedi didn't work for me. I know Sean loves it, and it's fine when people love it.
My favorite.
But I really actively didn't like it. But then I was like, man, maybe I liked Looper, but I was like, maybe I don't like Rian Johnson movies. Then he did Knives Out, and I was like, this is one of my favorite movies of the last several years. Shane Black was the same thing. He did Iron Man 3, and I was like, oh no. And then he did Nice Guys, and I was like, well, this is the best. But then he did Predator, so we'll see what his next movie is.
Speaking of Rian Johnson, did you mention Brick? Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen Brick
yet.
Really good.
Really good, yeah.
I think Rian Johnson should just maybe other people disagree, but like, same with Shane Black. Actually, yeah, for both of them, stay away from IPs. I think is your safe space. I think if both of them just stay in their own creative lane, and that seems like a really kind of not great thing to say, but
he's really good at reinventing classic genres.
Yeah.
Like Brick is very much a noir, but it's like set in a high school, which is really
okay.
Cool. And then you've got Knives Out, which is a classic murder mystery. Like I think he does well with that shit.
Yeah. He's good at making a puzzle.
Yeah.
Sure.
He is.
Knives Out 2 is getting a lot of praise and saying if you like the first one, you're going to love the second one. Yeah. And I can't wait to see it.
Glass Onion, yeah.
When is it? It comes out in 2 months? Sometime this fall, right? Or this
it's November theaters and then December on Netflix.
Like a
if
week.
If there's ever a movie I didn't need a trailer for, it's probably Glass Onion. It's just like, hey, we're doing Knives Out 2. Here's your cast. I'm like,
cast list really state.
Yeah, that's it. And I would love if that's just kind of it. Like it's just like here's the next movie will be like here's the cast, here's the release date, here's a 1 minute teaser.
Yeah,
cool.
We shot it in Mexico. There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
do just like a cast montage of them just boom, 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 popping up on screen.
Yeah, other movies too. There are other films.
The trailer is kind of a cast montage though.
Yeah.
There's Janelle Monáe turning around and Kate Hudson all
Bautista.
I love that movie's almost like. So my sister was like, hey, what movie should me and my husband watch? I'm like, I don't know. What are you into? She's like, I want to watch that one of the murder mystery on the cruise ship. I was like, Glass Onion. The trailer just dropped today. She's like, no, the other one. I was like, oh, the shitty one. No, don't watch that.
You don't want that one.
Enough to fill the Nile.
I love that Haskell said he was going to bed a half hour ago. And somehow brought up Top Secret. And top secret, by the way, Val Kilmer as Nick Rivers is one of the best things ever. And the very beginning of that movie, starting with the video montage of skeet surfing, with everybody running to the beach with shotguns shooting skeet at the while surfing at the beach. One of the most ridiculous things you can ever see in a movie.
Going like mirror image of that. So Val Kilmer in a spoof movie. What about Carrey Elwes basically as Iceman in another spoof movie, Hot Shots? Yeah, it's a great time. I didn't have a real point. Hot shot movies are really fun.
Hot Shots are pretty good. I would say that Carrey Elwes is better as Robin Hood.
Or Wesley.
Or as Wesley. Yeah, but that's not really a spoof movie. That's more just like
it's almost a
lighthearted take
romantic
on
fantasy.
Nah, that's true, but I wouldn't call it a spoof. Like,
no, that's fine.
It's not intentionally making fun of a a category of movies. Like when Carrey Elwes intentionally says they ask him about being Robin Hood, and he says, because unlike other people, I can speak with a British accent. It just it plays the entire thing, where they're certainly panning the whole genre. And Carrey Elwes also, what a great comeback for the very first Saw movie. God, he was so good in that. When he cut his foot off, I literally almost vomited in the theater. I was like, I cannot. Like, this is.
I can't believe was so intense. My friend Pastor Scott Fox saw in theaters.
I wasn't a pastor back then. That movie was like 20 years ago, but that movie was so good. It was, and by the way,
I was
also
a rebel. That was in my rebel phase.
Can I just say also that is the best Saw movie. I don't care how many they made.
Yeah.
Saw 1 was the pinnacle, the peak of that entire franchise. All they did after that was ramp up the gore and ramp up the violence. But the first one was intense, scary. And when the dude got up off the ground, spoiler alert, when he got up off the ground at the end and walked out, it was one of those almost like when Verbal Kint, you find out Verbal Kint is Kaiser Sose at the very end of The Usual Suspects. You're like, oh my gosh.
I'm only halfway through it.
Usual Suspects is one of the top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah, what is it with Kevin Spacey and having twists at the end? 7, anyone?
Dude, yeah, but what's in the box?
I watched that for the first time 2 years ago, and I now know it's in the box.
I've never seen it fully, but I know it's in the box.
Or pretty head.
You know what's amazing is I didn't know because
it's a vagina candle.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that as your response to what's in the box. That movie, 7, incredible twist. Just the reveal at the end. Them finding his apartment with the 10,000 spiral notebooks full of his messed up psychological stuff. There's Kaiser Sose is such the cast for that movie. Let me just go to Usual Suspects real quick. The cast for that movie is absolutely stacked. Gabriel Byrne, Benicio del Toro, Kevin Pollak, Stephen Baldwin,
the Baldwin.
Like across the board. And the guy who plays Kobayashi, he was in quite a few other things. Matter of fact, he's in the second Jurassic Park movie as the guy who hunts the T-Rex. That was his same actor played that role.
Pete Postlethwaite.
Is that him?
Yeah, he was the guy. He was not Ludlow was the main guy. He was the guy who wanted the T-Rex in the second movie.
Yes, that actor, that guy, as Kobayashi, just Usual Suspects across the board is one of those movies that's so underrated. Or I guess not really underrated. It's listed as one of the best. You voice is not coming, mate.
Whose voice? Which one? Is my voice on? Maybe
I froze for a second.
No, you're good.
All
right. We haven't seen this Mirzapur. No, we have not. I have no idea what it is, but we can Google it. I mean, that's what I heard. I've never seen 7, like I said, but I'm sure the Batman took a lot of inspiration. Matt Reeves is like, sign me up for all of that.
The same cinematography.
I
Was
thought.
it really?
Well, I thought the Batman took a lot from Zodiac. I mean,
True.
there's certainly a lot of hints there from Zodiac, which also incredibly underrated movie.
Yeah.
There's been so many movies too like that where I haven't revisited them in like my adult life. Like I saw them as like a teenager and I just didn't fully appreciate what they were trying to get across. I need to go back and revisit those not cult classics, but like super revered like films in that genre type of thing.
If I'm remembering correctly, Scott, I know that you and Allison until this week had not seen Labyrinth. Had you both also not seen Stardust?
That's Sean. I've seen Stardust. And
I know
I've seen
Scott
Labyrinth.
has. Did I say
okay,
Scott?
so
I
you
meant
said
Sean.
Scott.
That's right.
I meant
I've
Sean.
seen Stardust.
Like,
I saw Stardust.
I'm
when it
really
first came out.
old. I've seen weird things.
Stardust is not even that old. It's just a good. I always say
No, it came out
it's like
2011.
it's the millennial Princess Bride. Is how I describe
When
Stardust.
Stardust came out? No, it's 2006, I think.
Actually, The Princess Bride is probably also from I mean, I was a kid when I was looking up.
When I was in the high school drama class, we had to act out a scene, and you can bet I was Prince Humperdinck.
Nice.
As you wish.
My father's final words were.
Well done.
It's about midnight here. I think we're gonna.
What?
I know. We're in Texas.
Why would anybody ever want to be
Tex
in
and
Texas?
us.
Do you know how hot it is down there?
We're trying to leave. We're trying to leave. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's complicated.
I think, I don't know. It was 40 degrees this morning when I got up in Washington. So I don't know if better or
Actually,
worse or.
You really want to live in Washington.
Yeah.
Sounds nice up there.
It is a beautiful place to live.
It's
Sales
about,
pitch for moving to Washington.
Yeah.
We keep hearing that. I think you guys should all come to California. We'll party.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a
I'm
hard
not exactly a
pass.
California person.
Well, you have to figure something out because, like, the fact that Sean and I have hung out in person once is upsetting.
Boo. All of us. We all need to hang out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
The sad
Legos
thing is, I
Washington's
live
one of the
maybe
best.
20 minutes from Jesse, and we've hung out in the last 10 years, maybe 10 times in person. We hung out more when we worked together
It's true.
15 years ago.
You need
But,
more
you know.
bowling or poker nights.
I just gotta keep remembering to like invite Scott to more movies because we gotta. Dude, Woman King is so good.
What?
I don't want to hear anything. I haven't seen it yet. So
I'm not gonna talk
It's
about
good.
it. I'm just gonna say I sobbed through the third act.
He's not going to talk about it. He's just going to say it's really good.
Yeah.
So
It is
good is
very
actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Well, let's chat soon again.
Yeah, let's do that.
You're always
Well,
invited.
I mean, you are. Everybody on screen here is invited tomorrow for Allison's.
Oh yeah, I'll try to stop. I'll try to stop by that.
That's time.
Hop in.
7 to 10 or 7 to midnight PST. So whatever that is, wherever you are, everyone in the chat and on screen, please come join.
It's Pacific Daylight Time. Daylight savings hasn't ended. We're not in standard time, Jesse. Come on.
I don't know how that works.
Get with
Thank
the
you.
times.
P-
Come on, bro.
PDT is a little too close to PDST. So, anyways, thanks everyone. Is that it? Are we done? I'm just thinking
think
of
so.
Barbie from Toy Story 2. Are they gone? Bye bye now. Bye bye. And Cowabummer, dude.